Promising you a very, very good show today, in fact. And you know how we do it on Wednesdays. We bring you our survivor story. That touching story, of course, that's very relatable, touching story that watching people who have gone through one of the most challenging times in their life, and yet they still stand tall against all the odds. And yes, you're welcome to the show. Well, today being a Wednesday as well, with your partner. I'm trying to break it down to what's the question to make it as relatable again as possible. So how do you feel sharing your financial details with your partner? Or let's say at the end of the month, would you tell your partner how much you are earning from salary or from any other sources of income? Well, it's a big question we want to focus on today, and we want you at home to be part of the conversation as well. When we open the phone lines, yes, of course, you can chat with us. However, your social media is also very active. Ours is also very active. So why not jump onto Joy Prime Official right now and start commenting, and let's hear your opinion. Would you share your financial details with your partner? We'd love to hear from you this morning as well on the show. And don't forget, if you're not on social media, *899 *76#, and that is the magic number. That's *899 *76#, and yes, we'll definitely get your messages as well. My name is Jay Foley, and good morning and welcome to Prime Morning, proudly brought to you by Fan Milk. And this morning, Fan Milk says, yes, you can place that order and have some Fan Milk brought to your home. Not by you going out to go grab it, it'll be brought to your home. I'll tell you those numbers later on the show. All this and more lined up. Don't go away. The name is Jay, and we are just about to start with our Daily Nuggets. Well, this morning on our Daily Nuggets, so we're starting off with one from Jack Canfield. And Jack Canfield this morning says, for every reason it is not possible. Now, there are hundreds of people who have faced the same circumstances and succeeded. Okay, so from Jack Canfield this morning says, for every reason it's not possible, there are hundreds of people who have faced the same circumstances and succeeded. And that's from Jack Canfield this morning. Let's get to know more about Jack Canfield this morning. He says, well, he was born on August 19th in 1944, a year just before the end of the Second World War. Now, he's an American author, motivational speaker, corporate trainer, and entrepreneur as well. MFA?
I see a lot of things for one person.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so let's have some facts about Jack Canfield. And Jack is a co-author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, which has more than 250 titles and 5 million copies printed in print in over 40 languages. Now, in 2005, Canfield co-authored with Janet Switzer the Success Principles, how to get from where you are to where you want to be.
I like that. How to get from where you are to where you want to be. I want to be in so many places and so many levels.
Example.
When you close your eyes, before I share mine, when you close your eyes, where do you want to be?
A lot of places. Now I see how you feel. A lot of places.
All right, so now that out of the way, we're going to get into our shake-up as well. And hey, do you have music from CB Men's Capsule?
Absolutely, I've got good news. Well, I like to sit before I say it. Let me say a big thank you to GTP for my fabric and Pat Mufas for my outfit. Thank you so much, Global, for my makeup. Now, just a gentle reminder, I always carry the good news. I wanted to sit before I tell you, but just a reminder, the Suzy Herbal Center has brought CB Men's Capsule and CB Women Capsule. Now, CB Men's Capsule would help you enhance your urine flow. If you have any challenges with urinating, if you're wearing a catheter, anything at all that's got to do with your urinal problems, please, I recommend CB Men's Capsule. Now, for the women as well, you know, the end of the month hustle, yeah? And then itches and discharges, anything that is very unusual with you, I recommend CB Women's Capsule. Now, you can contact them on 0247-111-671, 0247-111-671, yeah.
Ghana Mani Memanina Dawase. And that's from CB. Anyway, let's take a quick one with Jamal as he takes us into Shake Up.
Good morning, lovely viewers. We're here again, my team and I. We're here to give you the shake-up. It's all about the shake-up, the morning workout. So you ready? My team are ready. 1, we go 2, good, 3, side, 4, nice one, 5, 6, let's go, 7, 8, 9, 10, very good, very good. Okay, so now let's go. We go 1, let's go, change to the side, 2, we go 3, very good, 4, Let's go. 5, 6. Very good. 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Give me 5 more. Give me 5 more. 1. We go. 2, 3. Very good. 4, 5, 6. Let's go. Let's go. 6. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Now let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Warm up. Let's go. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. Give me 10 more. Go. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now watch. Let's go. Open. We go. Let's go. Go. Keep going. Okay. Start counting. 1. Let's go. 2. We go. 3. Let's go. 4. Good. 5. Let's go. 6. 7. Let's go. 7. Go. 8. 9. 10. Let's go. Give me 10 more. Go. 10 more. 1. Let's go. 2. Let's go. 3. 4. Nice one. 5. 6. Go. 7. Let's go. 7. 8. 9. 10. Very good. 10. Now pick it up. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. Face this side. Let's go. Keep going. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. Give me 10 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Let's go. We have 2 more. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. 6. Go. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, last one. Let's go. Keep going. Don't stop. That's the last one. Let's go. 1, 2.
Emergency doctors, you never know who is walking through those doors, but you tend to everybody without fear.
The staff of Noguchi, Kolebu, KCCR, and all other testing centers. Where would we be without you?
We know some of you have been badly affected by this virus, yet you defy the fear of the unknown to fight against this virus on our behalf.
You have been awesome in these trying times. You put your lives on the line every day.
We feel safe because we know you are there. We really do appreciate you all. And what we can say at this moment is thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Akbenami. That's all we can say.
Who says this? Oluwa! In a commentary.
Abeku.
Abeku Ben.
Abeku Santana.
Kwesi Appiah barely even speaks. He's on a touchline and you see, Bebe,
Dede. Asamwa. Omo. Maintenance. Okay. The answer is Kwabena.
It's an exciting game show like you've never seen before. The only game show that seeks to confuse you and enlighten you and confuse you again.
Akotete Betoda ointment. What commercial is that?
Akobam.
Akobam.
From the camp of Liaison Legacy Productions.
Continue this song. Mercy Kirim, Ayadro Papa.
Say Utopia.
What don't you know? Shows Saturdays at 5 p.m.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
You kidnappers and thieves beware, swindlers and crooks, we're there. We'll be right there on the spot, cause we're the peppercorns, that's why. 1, 2, villains and vandals, 3, 4, rascals and thieves, 5, 6, crooks and 7, 8.
Hi, we got ice cream for everybody. We don't have time for that now. Have you lost it or what? Let's get going. Chem, what's the big deal with that stupid offer anyway? We must go to the police.
Why the police?
Chem and I have solved the case, while you guys were out shopping.
Peppercorns. Shows Wednesdays to Fridays at 4 p.m.
That's why. Let's go.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
Something is coming.
Yes.
To happen.
I bought me so. Do you know something we call forgets?
Yes, please.
Have you ever had Your Honor, is she asking questions or is she preaching? What is the meaning of this?
I really, really love my husband.
Isn't that lovely, man?
The timetable is it 2-1-2 or 3-1-3? Oh, don't do if you do that, my tech will rise right now.
Sentinel!
I see. Counsel, Your Honor, what's the color of your jacket?
Kejetia versus Mokola, showing Monday to Friday
Sebastian.
at 2:30 p.m.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
No training, no amount of preparation can get any professional ready for this kind of pandemic.
We feel safe because you know you are there. Thank you, all our frontline health workers.
I want to say thank you to the first responders and the ambulance crew rushing to situations unknown.
The call center operatives who stay on the other end of the phone lines 24/7. Thank you.
To cleaners at the hospitals and in isolation centers. Today, your job is more dangerous than ever. Thank you, Akbenami.
We feel safe because we know you are there. Thank you, all our frontline health workers.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
1 year recording deal for 2 singles, 60,000 worth of airtime on Joy Prime, 10,000 Ghana cedis cash prize, bragging rights of being crowned the ultimate winner Prime Studio. Remember that you still have what it takes to push your favorite contestant to the top. Who will it be? Melissa, Okesie, Naja, Good Boy Legend, Arte, Wally Sticker, Kisses, Kwame T, Mickey J, and Kobe G. Vote for your favorite contestant by texting PS followed by the name of your favorite contestant to the short code 1903. Prime Studio, rock the world.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
What do you want? Say you Casaluna, what's a wonko, now so would shrimp. Some aquacosia, CB herbal soap. No one shall now.
Wo 19 apai pai anase ayede nso a Fasibi herbal soap so wo 19 ene wo 9 room Germany ni 10 minutes ansa na wo de ebo anase kan ketwa arevre efini nyina kama hye nso se yemfa nsra ye 9 ho ene ye honam CB herbal soap eyi e 90 ma pro efi ene enkaboni
Me go. Yes. Okay, you. CB herbal soap. E je tumankasa. From me now. Choose ya na. Ghana man member damase.
FD ahwehwe saa ejedi enkrato yi mu agye atomu se
When I start again, say party after party. Today we go spoil everywhere. But I give up. Hey, what?
Accidents are unpredictable. In situations like this, timing is everything. Dialing 112 gives you direct access to the National Ambulance Service with a guarantee of a fast response time and even faster with the National Digital Property Addressing System. Imagine this man has a few minutes to live. Help will come. 112, we are safe. Avoid prank calling as it will lead to loss of life of persons in actual need of help.
All right, so welcome back. You're still watching Prime Morning. We're here till 9 a.m. Now it's time for us to do what's trending, but still to come, we'll do our news flash and all other segments lined up on the show for you. Don't forget, this is probably brought to you by Fan Milk this morning. Fan Milk says 0551767676 is the magic number. Call them right now and order some Fan Milk to your home. Only if you're ordering more than 20 Ghana cedis, they are willing to bring it to your house. However, terms and conditions apply. You pay the delivery charges on there, but if you're living in Accra, Kaswa, or in Tema, this is applicable to you. Now let's start off with our trends this morning. Let's check out what's trending first on Twitter, then we can go into our main stories this morning. Quite a number of things trending, and let's start off with the very first one. Say no to racism, which is quite the obvious one, and checking out what people are saying real quickly. We've got about 26% of persons so far on our tweet deck bringing in some of the negative comments with regards to say no to racism. However, about 60% coming in who are also playing neutral. Now let's go through some of the tweets that have come in. Now this is even from what Davido says, blackout 147 hashtag Black Lives Matter, say no to rape, say no to racism. Now you can see the black post on there. It's actually because of what happened in the US recently with regards to the death of George Floyd, the black who was let me say brutally assaulted, and that led to his death with regards to the police officer, the white police officer. Now this trend has gone global as almost everyone on social media is posting this black page. More tweets here. This one coming out from SRTRC_England. You can see some players also on there observing some form of respect, you know, for what happened, going down on their knees during training. Let's go down some more. We've got FC Colin. I hope I had the name right. A clear signal from says another tweet at another person on there with the hashtag say no to racism. More comments coming in on this trend. Creamy Berry says, or Crimey Berry says, we are women, we are beautiful, we are special, we are unapologetic unapologetically black. We will speak our minds. Hashtag say no to rapists. Now, I also do recall that yesterday there was a trend that went justice for Uwa, the girl who was killed and raped and killed and murdered in the church premises in Nigeria as well. And that trend got people talking as well. Last one here from Luis Suarez says, with my mate Coutinho, hashtag say no to racism. We are all monkeys, with reference to skin and color. Let's check out another trend also. Let's come back into Ghana. Let's go to our trends here. So from saying no to racism, another one that's caught on is Sammy Gyamfi. Now, with regards to still on this issue of Black Lives Matter, I think a post went out from him on social media that got people talking about him. And now the comparisons are between Sammy Gyamfi and Lawyer Nti. Another trend I'll be looking at later on. You can see loads of comments coming in. Let's go straight to some of the tweets coming in on Sammy Gyamfi. You can see this post from yen.com says, according to Sammy Gyamfi in an interview on Need FM, Akufo-Addo is like Togo when he's compared to John Mahama, who is like the US of A. Harsh comments coming in. I quote, he says Akufo-Addo is just using sweet words to deceive Ghanaians. Let's go some more down to some more tweets from Paul's Ghana. These are all blogs sharing a few sentiments about Sammy Gyamfi's message. Delete and retract. Sarkodie tells Sammy Gyamfi over his insensitive tweet as he put out a comparison on the president with George Floyd as well. More tweets coming in here. Take it down, and people are asking to take down the tweet that he put up earlier on. You can see Sarkodie's tweets generating another interest on here, with Ibrahim saying Sarkodie slams Gyamfi over George Floyd. Voters register cartoon. More here, click here, of course. Well, you can go some more. Let's see. Cole Intoni, I hope I had the name right, says if you are defending Sammy Gyamfi, then you can defend your project. See you on the 15th of June. And you know the senior high schools as well as the tertiary institutions are reopening. The final year students are reopening school, and I like that tweet so much. It's so there's a lot of humor in there. One more tweet here from Wachit Thompson says Sammy Gyamfi is a national liability. Mahama has drained all his common sense out of him, and shares an emoji of a heartbreak. Last tweet here from Emmanuel, also making reference to Sarkodie's tweet to Sammy Gyamfi, asking him to bring down the message he just shared on a social media. Now let's go to some more trends here, back on here. Okay, so we have Lawyer Nti. Now people are making a comparison between Lawyer Nti and Sammy Gyamfi and saying who's a better lawyer. Well, I think that's on the rather lighter side. Let's see some more tweets on this one. Okay, so loads of negative comments in here as people have expressed their disgust over Sammy Gyamfi's comments. Let's roll down and see this one from Jim Klein says, Lawyer Nti anytime, at Intim Nation. This one from a ranking member says, hello guys. Okay, I think he's trying to do some business there. Let's roll down. Davi or Nana Optimist says, Lawyer Nti did not say scripter. Well, said a whole lengthy message in there. But these are a lot of humor messages coming out from people who are making a comparison between Lawyer Nti and Sammy Gyamfi and asking who is a better lawyer, now causing the trends, as you can see here. A photo here by Kwabena Tiger says, choose wisely, Lawyer Nti or Sammy Gyamfi. Now, who will your choice be? So you can go onto our hashtag Prime Morning and let us know. Well, this is just on the lighter side. Anyway, so these are the trends taken on Twitter this morning. But let's just jump into our very first story. Hashtag Blackout Tuesday, another major trend yesterday. In fact, major streaming services, record labels, radio stations, TV channels, sporting teams, athletes and celebrities across the world have pledged their support for Blackout Tuesday with moments of silence and social media blackouts. Putting on this black picture you're seeing on the screen now, the campaign is aimed at protesting police violence and racism, as well as honoring George Floyd, now whose death at the hands of police has sparked universal outcry and demonstrations in the US cities and around the world. Now, many took to social media to share images of black squares in solidarity with black victims of police violence. Well, let's move on to the next story. So, as I mentioned earlier on, take it down, as Messens have already slammed Sammy Gyamfi over George Floyd and voters register cartoon. Now, of course, the National Communications Officer of the NDC, Sammy Gyamfi, as I just mentioned, has been on the trend and in the news recently as well. Now, this post intended to protest against the EC's commission compilation of a new voters register. Now, this actually makes reference to the murder of the American who died. That's George Floyd. Now, the EC chairperson, Jean Mensa, is seen in a cartoon kneeling on a book placed on the neck of a handcuffed man, with President kneeling on the man as well. And this has gotten people talking greatly. All right, so on the next of our trends this morning on What's Trending, so Ghanaian rapper EL is also in the news. Now, he's claimed that dissing him is impossible as nobody can match up to his style. Yes, another beef I smell coming your way. Now, he stated that he has not found anyone in his lane and hence will not reply to diss songs directed at him. Now, he added that he has been enjoying the recent beefs as he finds them very, very entertaining. Now, still more stories on EL now. Well, EOS as well dropped a couple of songs a couple of weeks ago, and of course we did play them right here on What's Trending. Now let's check out our next story. Now Sarkodie also addressing racism in his previewed song. Now he's previewed a new song on a social media platform. Now in the song, Sarkodie addresses recent protests in America against murdered Black American George Floyd, who has been on the top trends all through the week. Now he also called on Africans to stay woke, as they put it, and prayed for Africans in the diaspora who are facing racism and discrimination. Check this out.
Women, you know, we're stuck on a slave ship. But see how the way you're free, we on some shit. Making you free totally, we still in the matrix. Slavery in stages, see how nigga you stay 6. And your physical systematic on mind games. Every time I don't quiet, the time I'm in migraine. Freedom is expensive. Go check your price range. Pure black children, but now we produce some white names. Self-hate. Your brothers and sisters are done the cellmate. I think it's time that we open the hell gate. We gotta push to be free before it's hell late.
And yes, well, black screen, everyone is sharing as it is, and that Sarkodie is also putting on his version, something to support the whole call out for saying no to racism. Let's move on to our next, but almost the last story. Now, Ghanaian Afropop singer Stonebwoy, who's also in the news this morning, addressed coronavirus pandemic and racism as well. Now, during his Billboard Live at Home performance on Monday. Now, the performance was aimed at raising money for My Friend's Place, which supports the homeless youth. Now, let's check out the performance from Stonebwoy.
What about some skirt to cover up the asshole? You better show the reality behind the scenes. What about some dreadlock? What about some rasta? What about believing in yourself and not a pastor? Don't you forget the struggle of race is real. I'm losing myself as a black man in this world. I'm losing identity in a society. I'm losing myself as a black man in this world. I'm losing identity. Black man, can't you see that they don't want you to know that you are the best of all? Yeah.
Everyday Stonebwoy, don't you just love Stonebwoy? Amazing performance. Well, he's got that singing dexterity that singles him out of a lot of people as well. Hey, big shouts go out to Stonebwoy. We love you. Now, that's a wrap this morning on What's Trending, and don't forget, powered by Impuntu Technologies as well. Check out the new Deywro web app as well. That's DEYWRO.com, and of course, you can also make good use of Deywro app as it helps you manage your social media platforms. Thank you very much. Name is Jay Foley. News Flash is coming up next, but before we do that, we've got this video for you. So welcome back. You're still watching Prime Morning, coming out from our What's Trending as well, and hashtag Blackout Tuesday. Big trends across every single platform you can imagine. But now it's time for us to also jump into our news flash. We've got major stories making headlines. Before that, real quickly, Daniel, welcome. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing well, bro. How is that jacket doing? Is that the Charlie?
we're managing.
Foley, y'all.
Hashtag. No, let me hold on with that.
But it was really encouraging to see all those blackout posts on Instagram, on Twitter yesterday, seeing the world really stand together with this George Floyd issue and justice for Uwa as well. It's something that is very important.
I think the world has become very supportive of, criminal activities, and
I am exceptionally impressed, if I can use that expression, by President Akufo-Addo's post.
Yes.
But he made a strong, emphatic statement, stood for black people the world over. And I think that move is one that's a great thing. I mean, you may disagree with him on a number of other issues, but he spoke out on George Floyd.
Do you think that those who are against, of course, there are extremists in every situation, white or do you think they'll come hard at him?
President Akufo-Addo?
Yeah.
For doing what?
Yeah, for doing what? Come at him or not, he's made his point clear. People who want to listen and understand, we do. And so, yeah.
Well, I'm not the host, interview my guests.
Jay, let's start with the newspapers. And, of course, the final newspaper is where I have first.
Okay.
Right? No visits, no religious activities. The education minister has said when schools reopen. And a lot of interesting angles to the story. We'll be dealing with this on Beyond the Headlines. EC pilots new voters registration in all 16 regional capitals, another sticky issue. Government announces 1,200 Ghana cedis for teachers and 600 Ghana cedis for non-teaching staff. And Railway Ministry to order about 35 trains to Ghana in June.
By June, dear.
By June,
We're in June, actually.
Not trains near order.
Wait, they're not placing the order, or is it placed?
To order.
Okay, to order.
The key thing is to order.
Okay.
Nothing has been done yet. We are going to place the order for the railways, for the trains to be made.
Maybe because the eastern the route to Tama and Mpaka is about 60% done. So it's just necessary that they can order some more trains.
Very small percentage of the total road tracks in Ghana, but I'm not talking.
Okay, so you have more stories in there?
Oh, yes. It's just the details of this railway story. $130 million for trains, for 30 standard gauge trains. They will be purchased from a company in China.
Okay.
And so the detail we have is that, they'll be ordered, they will arrive latest by 2021.
Wow.
So we are going to order the trains for the trains to come next year.
By June next year, dear.
No, they didn't say a month next year, but they said by 2021. So, yeah.
Okay, so quickly in front of the Daily Graphic as well, clearly because yesterday the press briefing had the Minister for Education telling us how they were going to go about the reopening of schools. He's nearly in front of all of the newspapers, and Daily Graphic is reporting the new dates for exit examinations was August 3rd and BEC September 14th, and details of this is also on page 3. Another story that caught my attention this morning and is on page 13 of the Daily Graphic is flogging father pleads guilty. Remember the 26 or 25-year-old father of a 3-year-old boy who flogged him to near death in Kumasi some weeks ago, pleaded not guilty to the charge, but yesterday in court he's decided, or whatsoever happened, he's pleaded guilty duty to the charges, and so they've actually responded when they're going to. I mean, I know that he's going to be receiving no less than 10 years or 3 years imprisonment for flogging that child, but details of that will also come soon as it's been adjourned, and so we'll get to know how he's going to be dealt with also. Now, poultry farmers welcome ADB intervention, and this is on page 16 and 17. Details on how EC ended the ending pilot voter registration today, and details also is on page 13. Jay, you've got something there?
Well, the publisher looking very bright this morning as well. We are committed to Agenda 88, says the president. 88 health facilities to be built across the country as well. 236 out of 822 projects completed, says Education Minister Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh at the front of the publisher this morning. You can see for yourself. Also, NDC MP withdraws suit against EC. ICOMS unveils clearing processes. All these major stories making headlines in the front of the Ghanaian publisher as well. All right, back to you, Daniel.
The Ghanaian publisher takes us to the Ghanaian Times. It also has as its banner headline a story from that news conference granted by the Education Minister. SHS, GHS to write special exams, WAEC to conduct country-specific WASSCE and BECE. Yep, so that's happening a bit later this year. Let me just tell you which month that's going to happen, even though we are going to be all over this during Beyond the Headlines. I know that's
by June.
It's going to. No, it's going not in June. We are in June, girl. We are in June.
You mean for BECE and WASSCE?
Yeah, BECE and WASSCE.
WASSCE is August 3rd and BECE September 14th.
Yeah. Yes, thank you very much, MFA.
Okay.
Now, it has that story of President Akufo-Addo saying that we should use the death of George Floyd as a catalyst to effect changes. Police CID grants Bernard Mona 20,000 Ghana cedis into inquiry bill. EC begins pilot voter registration exercise. Let me quickly read what the president said about George Floyd. He said, "We stand with our kith and kin in America in these difficult and trying times. We hope that the unfortunate and tragic death of George Floyd will inspire a lasting change in how America confronts head-on the problem of hate and racism." So the man is calling it what it is. He says this is a matter of racism, and let's change how things are done in America.
Wow.
Okay, a lot of stories on the BNFT as well, but the one that is catching my utmost attention is a bust margin increase. Now, petroleum products to increase less than 0.5%, and they have explained because they will need money, you know, to build a lot more infrastructure or tighten the system as we're all struggling. But this is what NPA has said is on page 3 of the BNFT. Also, COVID-19 exposes local firms, businesses' continuity plans. Thus, companies prefer to satisfy regulators, not save themselves. And the next one will be no stress testing for plans to see their effectiveness. And this is on page 3. And Daniel mentioned that we're about to order some trains, and then it would arrive next year.
Next year. Emphasis on the story is we are about to order.
But by June, yeah.
It's not like we've got the train, so it's not like we bought the train. We are about to.
So I'm sure it's going to go through the processes.
So that is the story.
Yeah.
All right, so, well, the rail route from Tema to Mpadan is 60% complete, and this is by the minister. It's only wise that by the time it gets 100% completion, the trains will be here, so that,
I keep saying by June, dear.
Yeah, the Waterloo station. Ba-bam! Yeah, we're in London, yeah.
I know. Anyways, as well, the Daily Guide this morning also reporting pay and take your property. That is from CJ to Woyome. It's on page 3, actually. Now, government also to complete the school projects, like the SHS school projects, like I said earlier on. Now, Mona versus police. Now, NDC hijacks bloodshed case. You can read that story on page 3 of the Daily Guide. And these are the major stories on here as well.
The final newspaper is the Daily Statesman newspaper. It has a number of the stories we've already dealt with already, but the new one here, NPP primaries for June 20, by June, dear. NEC does a neck meet today to affirm steering committee decision, and EC's pilot voter registration takes off smoothly. It's been said already. Now, this one says the Education Ministry will employ over 27,000 pre-tertiary teachers others as part of the new reopening protocols. We'll speak to Nat and Nagrat today on Prime Morning when we go beyond the headlines to see exactly what they make of it. NAT has done an assessment of COVID-19's impact on education. Very interesting statements there, very interesting demands there. Philippa Larson, who is head of NAT, will be joining us, and Angel Carbono, who is also president of NAGRAT, that's the Association of Graduate Teachers, will be joining us.
Interesting.
Right. So quickly also, in front of the new Crusading Guide, now NDC makes a U-turn and participates in pilot voter registration exercise. Now, a reason why the new Crusading Guide is reporting this is the vice chairman in the voter region, George Lowe, he also took part in the pilot.
And they put a picture of
Oh yes,
his
they wanted
card.
to prove it. Yeah, so it's here. It's not like they're just making it up. And also, your favorite, Angelo Binim, he says that I've not fired my lawyer, and the details of this is on page 4 also of the new Crusading Guide.
Look, before we just read the chronicle, would you share your financial details with your partner?
No.
All your sources of income?
No.
Why would you not say
Is
no?
this question to the married ones?
Well, partner,
I would not.
boyfriend, girlfriend.
I would not. I make a lot of ad hoc financial decisions, and I don't like being micromanaged. I personally don't like being micromanaged.
Is this due
Hashtag
on a journey
say
to
no
disaster?
to micromanagement.
I wouldn't like to.
We'll put out a certain color to represent this, maybe blue or black or red or something. But anyway, lastly, our Chronicle also, same story here. Social media rose Summit Jimfi over cartoon on EC Media story here. You want to grab a copy for yourself. Coming up next will be Prime Sports. But hashtag say no to micromanagement.
Oh, no, but well, when I eventually get married, maybe. But as I'm sitting here,
me now married.
So you got some kickback in the office.
That God provides enough for me, so that I'm able to, be the man.
You flood them with money.
Or yes, provide financially. But I don't think that I need to necessarily open the hood to let people.
What about a joint account?
I don't even want you to know how much I'm making. You want us to put the accounts together.
By June, Anyway,
this guy's on some journey.
Yeah, he's on some journey, man. Coming up next, Nathaniel Atta takes us into Prime Sports. Don't go away.
Training, no amount of preparation can get any professional ready for this kind of pandemic.
We feel safe because you know you are there. Thank you, all our frontline health workers.
I want to say thank you to the first responders and the ambulance crew rushing to situations unknown.
The call center operatives who stay on the other end of the phone lines 24/7. Thank you.
To cleaners at the hospitals and in isolation centers. Today, your job is more dangerous than ever. Thank you, Akbenami.
We feel safe because we know you are there. Thank you, all our frontline health workers.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
1 year recording deal for 2 singles, 60,000 word of airtime on Joy Prime, 10,000 Ghana cedis cash prize, bragging rights of being crowned the ultimate winner, Prime Studio. Remember that you still have what it takes to push your favorite contestant to the top. Who will it be? Melissa, Okesie, Naja, Good Boy Legend, Arte, Wami Sticker, Kisses, Wami T, Mickey J, and Kobe G. Vote for your favorite contestant by texting PS followed by the name of your favorite contestant to the short code 1903. Prime Studio, rock the world.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
To all our emergency doctors, You never know who is walking through those doors, but you tend to everybody without fear.
The staff of Noguchi, Kolebu, KCCR, and all other testing centers. Where would we be without you?
We know some of you have been badly affected by this virus, yet you defy the fear of the unknown to fight against this virus on our behalf.
You have been awesome in these trying times. You put your lives on the line every day.
We feel safe because we know you are there. We really, really do appreciate you all. And what we can say at this moment is thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Akbenami, that's all we can say.
Oh, thanks for staying with us here on Prime Morning. My name is Nathaniel Atta, and I'm glad to be in your company. It's midweek, and loads of stories to share with you this morning. And of course, I've still got my man Jay with me. Jay, Charlie,
how are you doing, my brother?
Yeah, good to see you. And I'm loving that, you know, that double-breasted
I'm trying
piece,
to follow your footsteps. And I tell you, we are in election year, and let's just quick throw ourselves back to some of the election-related conversations. And I do recall in the world of sports as well, Amanda, who was the only female who stood for the FA election, and that those three words, or those two words, fear delegates.
Fear delegates is the very first subject that we're going to deal with today. But you know, fear delegates is very real, you know.
Yes.
Very, very real.
Yes.
And there's an Amanda Clinton twist to it. That's what we're starting with this morning.
Tell us more about it. Well, coming up next, Prime Sports with Nathaniel takes over.
All right, thanks very much, Jay. So we go to our first story where Amanda Clinton, who's the first and only lady to have taken part in an FA election, has been sharing her experiences with Joy Sports' Hans Mensah Ando. She's been advising anybody who's going into anything politically related when it comes to elections to fear the delegates. Let's take a listen to her.
The biggest lesson I got was know your delegates. And that and fear delegates.
Good.
If you want to know the truth.
From one politician and fear delegates.
Yeah, fear delegates.
Not the same sense?
Yeah, I mean fear delegates, but also, you know, like, I think the mindset of delegates would also have to change. And I will say this very boldly, and I would say this to your face if I met any of you guys. The mindset of delegates would have to change, because it's almost as if you could never please them. The most you do for them, like this COVID fund, even if you gave them $500,000, I'm sure they would say, I'm sure it wasn't distributed. Do you see what I mean? Even if you published it. So I think with Ghana football, they're very keen to represent the body of football and to air their grievances, but they also have a very negative mindset.
All right, so sound advice there coming from someone who's taking part in an election before, just in case you want to do some politics. Let's talk about Georgia-based Ghana international Samuel Inkum, who's been sharing his experience of playing alongside one of Africa's greatest legends, Samuel Eto'o.
I was in Boa Vista at that time. I was in Portugal, and I received a call from him, and he said, hey, listen, I want you in my team, blah, blah, blah. And I said, if you are there and Eto'o call you there, also, he said he need you in the team. You're supposed to know, like, you have something that is amazing. So he spoke to the club. They talk about the personal term, the transfer fee, everything. And at the end of the day, I went there. It was such a great feeling to play with him, you know. He's a living legend. You understand what I mean? So.
Well, let's talk about issues related to the Ghana Premier League. And Togbi Apeda, who is the board chairman of Accra Hearts Evoke, is leading a 5-member advisory committee to ensure the autonomy of the Ghana Premier League. Now, this is a conversation that has raged on for some time, and eventually the executive committee of the Ghana Football Association has agreed to have this committee to put together a document that will lead to the eventual autonomy of the Ghana Premier League. Well, the committee is expected to submit its work after 3 months. Well, let's talk some figures now, shall we? And it's been revealed that Ghana international Daniel Amate receives a little over £20,000 a week at his club, Leicester City. Now, he signed, remember, in the year 2016, and the 25-year-old receives £21,000 a week. Now, this places him above only 3 players at the club, interestingly. Now, he's above Danny Ward, who receives £20,000, Harvey Barnes, who receives $10,000, and Hamza Kudri, who receives $7,500. Amate has struggled in recent times at the club following his injury that ruled him out for almost a year. Now, his return was also met with the outbreak of COVID-19, and is expected that the English top flight will return sometime this month. Well, let's talk some more sport, and from the world of sport, we bring you another money-related story, this time on the negative side. Now, Diego Costa, the Atletico Madrid forward, is facing the possibility of 6 months in jail for tax fraud. Now, Costa is set to appear in court on June 4 to face allegations that he defrauded the state of more than €1 million and not declaring payments of more than €5.5 million following his move to Chelsea. His move from Chelsea in the year 2014. Now, according to media reports, prosecutors in Spain will ask the judge for a 6-month prison sentence and a fine of more than €500,000. Costa is facing a charge of failing to declare image rights of more than €1 million. Wow. And of course, the big question you want to ask yourself is, why can't footballers steer clear of this issue of tax fraud? This obviously is not going to be the last one we're going to hear of. Let's do some more from the world of sport. And FIFA is advising all of its member bodies to use common sense in approaching the issue of the murder of George Floyd in the United States of America. Now, FIFA, since 2014, has put rules and regulations together to ban the use of messages on kits of players. Now, FIFA's regulations ban the display of any political or religious or personal slogans or statements or images on their kits. Now, several players protested in matches in the German Bundesliga at the weekend. And Borussia's Jadon Sancho and Achraf Hakimi displayed undershirts with the message, "Justice for Floyd." Schalke 04 defender Weston McKennie also displayed the same message on his armband in another game with Borussia Mönchengladbach's Marcus Thuram, kneeling in honor of Floyd. Well, the Floyds are in the news this morning on Prime Sports. Let's wrap it up with one from Floyd Mayweather Jr., the man who is now a 50-0 legend, and a man who receives, 6 digits in terms of his salary every single month. Now, Floyd Mayweather has given in excess of $80,000 to the family of the late George Floyd to take care of his burial expenses. Now, this is to support, the family in these very trying times, and this was confirmed by TMZ.com. And the check, which is exactly valued at $88,500, has been received by the family, and he felt obliged to do this as a way of showing emotion and sympathizing with George Floyd's family. All right, so that's it for sports here on Prime Morning. And coming up very shortly are the big figures and all of the different trends in the world of business with my man Inshira Ado. You stay right there. Prime Morning continues. My name is Nathaniel Atto, and I have love for sport.
You're welcome back, and you're still on Prime Morning, and this is Talking Business with me and Inshira Ado. Now, the Food and Agriculture Organization, the FAO of the United Nations, has warned that if we're not careful, the COVID-19, which is driving the world into a recession, is going to affect food security, which means that food prices might go up, and the 135 million people, 80% of which live on this continent, that are at risk of acute hunger and food shortage, could be aggravated. Here's a report by my colleague Charles Aite.
What we can do is to prepare ourselves to build resilient systems.
Abebe Hill Gabriel is the Food and Agriculture Organization's regional representative for Africa. He is warning Ghana and the rest of Africa of a blackout in food security if governments do not build the needed structures to ensure food supply chains are not disrupted by the effects of the coronavirus.
When we're talking about resilience, it's not just a conceptual matter. It's really about making our systems, whether it is production system or livelihood system or even economy-wide systems, to be able to absorb the shocks, able to recover from the shocks, whether it is investment.
Already, there has been a national debate over the cost of foodstuff at various market centers amid the coronavirus pandemic.
Everything is expensive now, everything. Even, plantain. Plantain 3 is 20 Ghana. If you have the big ones, small big ones, 20 Ghana. It's too expensive.
First, we could go to Accra with 600 cedis, but now we go with maybe 1,200 or 1,300 to buy the same things we used to buy at the first.
Usually, if I have to spend like maybe 100 cedis for a month foodstuff, now I'm spending like 150 or 200 cedis, and it's a problem. Yeah, especially at this part of the market. The prices are too high.
But the Agric Minister Owusu Akoto insists food security and prices in Ghana are the best.
Only 4 years ago, a bunch of plantain in Accra, you have to spend 40 Ghana cedis. Now 3, 4 cedis. And I repeat, 3, 4, 5 cedis. You can get a bunch of plantain. It shows you clearly that we have come and reduced prices of food, even in the major cities like Accra, where because of the substantial reduction in prices in the markets,
I think it's very much important.
On a virtual interaction via Zoom, I asked Abebe Hill Gabriel of the Food and Agriculture Organization's direction for the government of Ghana and Africa as a whole in times as this.
The solution to a food price inflationary pressure ensure sustained food supply, and FAO is supporting the efforts to ensure sustained production, trade, food safety, and nutrition. So yes, not only that the FAO is concerned, but we are doing a lot supporting the efforts of countries and partners so that this can be mitigated.
Of the 135 million people globally who are estimated to be experiencing crisis levels of acute food insecurity, more than half live in Africa. According to recent FAO analysis, in the absence of timely and effective policies, millions more people around the world are likely to join the ranks of the hungry as the result of the COVID-19 triggered recession. Across various market centers here in the Greater Accra region, food is abundant, but one main concern has been the prices of most of these products. Consumers are very concerned. They're saying that amidst COVID-19, the cost of food prices could really have a toll on not just their spending patterns, but as well the livelihoods of the various friends and families who earn little to nothing.
So that is the warning. We need to ensure that food production, trade, and nutrition is well taken care of to ensure that you and I can live well. Now, here's the thing. The government has a job to do, but you and I can also intervene in our own small ways. You can plant something around your back garden, plantain, some cassava, some yam. You can plant some pepper, tomatoes, things that grow very quickly. And that would make you a little better off, because now you can feed yourself from your own backyard. Now, the other thing you need to remember is that times are changing, so you have to substitute certain things. You need to eat the right food, your carbohydrates, your vitamins, your minerals, water, and protein. You can substitute your fish for some avocado because it's rich in protein. Now, the thing is when the weather changes, you change. So if it's hot, you take off your jacket and ensure that you are able to be well ventilated. That's been business. We'll bring you more tomorrow. But stay tuned. We'll go for a break, and when we come back, Daniel Dazi will be bringing you Beyond the Headlines.
Hello, Mom. Hey, Carol, Mom.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How's Dad?
Your dad is fine. Are you me? You have not sent me the money you promised.
I'm so sorry, Mama. I'm gonna do it today.
Send it now before you forget again.
Okay, no problems. I'll do it now. Check.
Are you sure?
Yes, so. And I also paid for your cable, and I'm sending you credit for this long call you're making right now.
Thank you, my son. God bless you.
All right, Mama. I love you so much. I'll speak to you later.
When they drop, everybody know they tired. All of the girls go do anything for my love. All of the boys go do anything for the money. Then they dance to my music and they show me love.
Mira, what did you do? Mary Medro CB Men's Capsules. And you may use Madarma, Bohobio, CB Men's Capsules by dear. What 2 points? I don't know. You're very good. Say that me down, I'm so I'm to intent to use it. He said, we need you so we are Arabia house to be credible. Say to say, my yes, you dear CB Women's Capsules. Hey, if it's a cool money, won't fee so. Hey! CB Women's Capsules with the Ajo. Also CB Men's Capsules, Ajo.
Susiana.
Ghana man, Merman Damase.
Our pharmacy, chemical, ni herbal shops ni name. To phone fresh Susie Herbal Center 0247 111671 and 0246 578750. CB Men and Women Capsules.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
With schools temporarily closed and students staying home, teachers at North Hills International School, the most preferred private school in Ghana, award recipient in 2018, continue to have constant interactive classes with our pupils while simulating classroom experience online. At North Hills International School, we adapt to change and we go the extra mile to make sure any investment made in your ward's education yields the best results. We admit students from preschool to junior high school. Our arms are open to welcoming your ward into our wonderful community. Call us today and let your child start a promising journey of global excellence with us. North Hills International School, climbing academic excellence.
To all our emergency doctors, you never know who is walking through those doors, but you tend to everybody without fear.
The staff of Noguchi, Kolebu, KCCR, and all other testing centers. Where would we be without you?
We know some of you have been badly affected by this virus, yet you defy the fear of the unknown to fight against this virus on our behalf.
You have been awesome in these trying times. You put your lives on the line every day.
We feel safe because we know you are there. We really, really do appreciate you all. And what we can say at this moment is thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Akbenani, that's all we can say.
Who says this? Oluwa! In a commentary.
Abeku.
Abeku Ben.
Abeku Santana.
Where's your
Kwesi Appiah barely even speaks. He's on a touchline and you see, Dede. Asamoah. Omo. Maintenance. Okay. The answer is Kwabena Yepwa.
It's an exciting game show like you've never seen before. The only game show that seeks to confuse you and enlighten you and confuse you again.
Ako Tete Betoda ointment. What commercial is that?
Akobam.
Akobam.
From the camp of Liaison Legacy Productions.
Continue this song. Mercy Kiri, Ayedro Papa.
Se utobia.
What don't you know? Shows Saturdays at 5 p.m.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
You kidnappers and thieves beware, swindlers and crooks we're there. We'll be right there on the spot, cause we're the Peppercorns, that's why.
1, 2,
villains and vandals,
3, 4,
rascals and thieves,
5, 6,
crooks and
7, 8. Hi, we got ice cream for everybody. We don't have time for that now. Have you lost it or what? Let's get going. Chem, what's the big deal with that stupid offer anyway? We must go to the police.
Why the police?
Chem and I have solved the case, while you guys were out shopping.
Peppercorns. Shows Wednesdays to Fridays at 4 p.m.
That's why. Let's go.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
Something is coming.
Yes.
To happen.
Abominable.
Do you know something we call forget?
Yes, please.
Have you ever had Your Honor, is she asking questions or is she preaching? What is the meaning of this?
I really, really love my husband.
Isn't that lovely, my love? Oh. The timetable is it 212 or 313? Oh, don't if you do that, my tech will rise right now.
Sentinel.
I see. Counsel.
Your Honor.
What's the color of your jacket?
Kejetia versus Mokola, showing Monday to Friday
Sebastian.
at 2:30 p.m.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
No training, no amount of preparation can get any professional ready for this kind of pandemic.
We feel safe because we know you are there. Thank you, all our frontline health workers.
I want to say thank you to the first responders and the ambulance crew rushing to situations unknown.
The call center operatives who stay on the other end of the phone lines 24/7. Thank you.
To cleaners at the hospitals and in isolation centers. Today, your job is more dangerous than ever. Thank you, Akbenami.
We feel safe because we know you are there. Thank you, all our frontline health workers.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
1 year recording deal for 2 singles, 60,000 worth of airtime on Joy Prime, 10,000 Ghana cedis cash prize, bragging rights of being crowned the ultimate winner Prime Studio. Remember that you still have what it takes to push your favorite contestant to the top. Who will it be? Melissa, Okesie, Naja, Good Boy Legend, Arte, Kwame Sticker, Kisses, Kwame T, Mickey J, and Kobe G. Vote for your favorite contestant by texting PS followed by the name of your favorite contestant to the short code 1903. Prime Studio, rock the world.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
go beyond the headlines here on Prime Morning. Last night or yesterday at about 9 a.m., Education Minister Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh took the podium at the Information Ministry to give us some details about the reopening of schools. Take a listen.
The government has decided that all these institutions, one, should be fumigated against the COVID before the schools reopen. And that is why we have a phased approach to opening the schools. We are starting from the tertiary and non-Ministry of Education and training institutions. The universities have provided most of these things for themselves, but those who are having problems, working through the National Council for Tertiary Education, government is going to support them with face masks and spraying of all these institutions. Also, the Ministry of Health, through the Ghana Health Service, has collaborated extensively with the Ministry of Ghana Education Service and the Ministry of Information to come up with a program of sensitizing school leaders to ensure that these hygiene and sanitation and social distancing protocols are maintained in our educational facilities. That is also going to be rolled out. There is going to be a special campaign to ensure that students go back to school, especially the JSS level, that the girl child is not left behind, that we are going to make sure that the school rules are known, and those children who don't report to school, we go back and find out why they are not reporting to get them back to school. There's going to be an aggressive campaign. When schools reopen, the schools will not be available for religious activities. When schools do reopen, the schools will not be available for religious activities. And it's simple. We don't want too many interactions that can bring in and take out if we perish their thought. If it's to so happen, we can contact trace who must have brought or come to the school with this virus. We have
Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, the Education Minister, speaking to the details of reopening of schools, a number of issues that have been raised there. Let's go straight to the phone lines and speak with Philippa Larson, who is the president of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, and they have raised some concerns, especially, Madam Larson, in the assessment of the impact of COVID-19 on schools that NAT released a few days ago. Does the Education Minister's announcement address all the concerns of NAT?
Hello.
Right. Ms. Larson, welcome to Prime Morning. Does the Education Minister's announcement address all your concerns as NAT?
Well, thank you very much. Let me say good morning to your cherished listeners, to our teachers and our students. The minister's address really does not address all our issues. But in any case, when you have presented a proposal, at least people who are concerned will also have to sit with other people, look at how feasible those things can be, and finally take a decision. And so though it doesn't address all our issues, I think for now we are okay with it.
Okay, so you mentioned a few days ago that you would not return to school if you did not see a clear plan for testing of teachers before schools reopened. Do you still stick to that position as NAT?
No, I didn't say that. I mentioned all the 19-point proposals we presented, maybe not all, but I mentioned some of them. And I was saying that if the logistics or the materials we need are not supplied, we cannot go to school. I didn't specify, or I didn't pick out the issue of testing. So generally what I was saying was that if the things are not supplied for us to be able to observe all the protocols, then we cannot be in school.
Okay, so you are saying now that which are those issues though that have not been addressed, if you can apprise us of that so that we can understand exactly where you stand?
Well, for now it is the issue of testing. That was not mentioned. Then there was another issue that has been added, that is the reopening of the Gold Track Senior High School too. Although it was not part of our proposal, I have said earlier that I believe they thought through the whole issue and felt that since the Track 2 Gold, Form 2 Track Gold are far behind time, we saw it necessary to include them in the reopening of only the candidates. But for the testing, just after we had presented our proposals to the president, fortunately we had the COVID team, 2 doctors in our midst, and they gave us some education, and they were saying that somebody could test negative today, but because of the incubation period or whatever, the person could be infected, and it will be the person will later test positive. And so the issue is, if we want any testing to be done, then it should be done before we go to school, and throughout the school period, we should also go through the testing, which is not possible anyway. And so once we were told that any time there was a positive case in a particular community or school, they will do contact tracing and probably test all the students and the teachers in that particular educational institution.
Right. So on the opening of schools, with the reopening of schools in the GO track, which is the issue that you highlighted there? You mentioned that you may have some concerns.
We did not mention that. We only wanted the candidates to be in school. But that was the GO track students of SHS to have been added. And what I'm saying is probably they thought through and felt that they are far behind time. And that is the reality on the ground anyway. The GO track students informed to are far behind, and we will definitely have to bring them on board. And so that is something that, though we did not mention, I think we will be able to manage with that one.
Government mentioned, Ms. Larson, that teachers will be trained on proper handling of the students and application of the protocols before school reopens. Have you received communication on that?
Not yet, please.
So we do not know when this training will start?
Yes, for now we do not know, but we are aware of the training. In our last meeting, the Director General of Education, he mentioned it. Chef coordinators will be trained, and I believe all teachers will also be trained, because we'll be giving, or we have to be giving thermometer guns. And all these things call for a sort of training so that we'll be able to handle them well.
So basically, the teachers are ready to go back to school when schools reopen at the end of the month?
Yes, we are ready to go back to school, provided all the necessary logistics that we need to be able to observe all the protocols are supplied, and which we are hopeful.
Right, and by then, what are the top protocols that if you don't see there will be a no-brainer for you?
Oh, we mentioned a few things. Even the first thing is for all the schools to be fumigated, both public and private. Then we are also saying that sanitation facilities should be provided in the schools. We are talking about Veronica buckets that will supply us with water, soap, sanitizers. We have also mentioned that all students and teachers should be given face masks and all that. We mentioned a lot of things, and a lot of them have been captured anyway. And so we expect that since the President and the Minister of Education want all of us to be healthy and go about our work and studies, they will provide all those things through the GDS so that we'll be able to go to school and be safe.
Right, Ms. Larson, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.
Right, Philippa Larson is the President of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT. I'm in studio with Inshura, who has decided to stick around. Thanks, Inshura, for sticking around. So basically, teachers are satisfied, but there are still some concerns that all the logistics must be provided before schools reopen.
And that's a very fair call, because there are quite a number of logistics and modalities that need to be in place. I mean, we're dealing with a coronavirus, a kind of which is not known to us. It's how old now? Only 6 months old. And we're still grappling with the idea of its effect on people. Now, schools, typical class sizes are well above 40. In some cases, way above that. And those are some of the issues that they need to make sure that there are clear guidelines on what needs to be done. I mean, you went to a boarding school, and so you can imagine you're sleeping in the same dormitories with a number of people. The hygiene situation is a very critical one, and not every school in the country can boast of having a certain level of facilities that will ensure that hygiene is not a concern for people. The other thing that we may need to avert our minds to is the fact that there are people, both young and old, who might have congenital conditions which become comorbidity factors. Now, how are we identifying these people, and what are we going to do to ensure that if a student has an underlying factor, a condition, they're giving the same support that the students who are, in quote, able-bodied have, you know, to be able to study and catch up. The other thing is that if you remember the modalities that were laid out for the resumption of church services, it was required that every church must have an isolation room. Now, do the schools have isolation rooms? Do they have medical personnel to ensure that all of these things are taken care of? And finally, school feeding. Now, the people who are going to be providing the service for feeding these people, are we ensuring that, how do we ensure, rather, that they are following the protocols to deliver proper meals to the students and safeguard themselves from spreading or contracting the coronavirus?
Ishra, very insightful thoughts there, and I love how the teacher's perspective has come to the conversation. Let's hear what parents think. Alexander Danso is on the National Council for PTA. Mr. Danso, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you, my brother.
So, given the protocols that have been laid out and the preparation that has been made by government so far, would you be confident in letting our children go to school at the end of the month?
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning to you all. We don't have any problem with it. But these are the proposals we submitted to the government, and then if it is being implemented, we have no problem. Our worry is that there are two things we want to find out. Are they going to test them to know their status before classes begin? When are they going to do it? And also, we are told there wouldn't be any visiting, meaning for the 3 months, 2 weeks that the students will be in school, there wouldn't be any, physical contact with their parents and all that. Oh, definitely, at the point, in a way, I understand the minister, because we are such that, when you give some of the parents, for respect, you give me 1 inch, you add 1 to 8, making, So, yes, but, for a child to be staying in school for 3 months, 2 weeks, without any contact from the parents, it will be very difficult. I know for sure that some of the parents will even go, whether you give them permission or not, they will even go, stand at the gate and be making noise. Right. And so if the second look will be taken at, at least if, let's say, every week, students will be allowed to phone home and then, greet their parents and also tell them their needs and all that. I think it will be okay. Secondly, I'm pleading with the parents. The free thing has eaten deep into our mind. I wouldn't be surprised that the no smart, some of the parents will not even provide their children before going to school. And we employ them. We actually plead with them that before the government one comes, they should at all costs, provide their children with that. And so we have no problem with that. If they can be allowed to go with the one we call the yam food, so that that one, there wouldn't be any pictures, not an Android one, it's just a matter of, making SMS messages and also receiving calls. I think it will be okay. So,
but what about those who can't afford, Mr. Danso? What about those who can't honestly afford the cell phones?
Yes, I know for sure that not everybody can afford, but I think the young phone is there are 20, 30 cities. Of course, 20 cities is quite an amount.
For some people.
So, there must be some measures which the students can even have contact,
But ultimately, Mr. Danso, we are not in ordinary times. Can't we part ways with our children for this period of time for them to write their exams and come back home?
Pardon me?
I said, since we are not in ordinary times, can parents not accept to part ways with their children and have the, without speaking to them or without seeing them at least for the 3 weeks?
My brother, I know, but not all fingers are not the same, right? There are some parents who can. I was chatting with a friend politician, and he was telling me for him, he cannot allow his children to go to the boarding house for 3 months, so no, and that he wouldn't allow any of his children to go. Yes, some people are sharing that. Not all parents can afford that, you know. There are some parents, and not all of them are able, but some are sickness and all that. Those ones, I think they must be identified and they know what to do with it. So, well, we are pleading that definitely there must be some, at least they must hear their parents' voice.
So at least they should be allowed to call their parents. But that can be done without them taking cell phones to school,
yes,
right?
That can be done. And if they are in need of something, like our female, you know, our children, the female one, they you know, they are mentally psych. They definitely they need some power before respect, some power and all that. And they need to buy them. So if they are able to communicate with their parents or mama, that this is what I need. I think it wouldn't be out of place.
But what would that? I understand that there may be things that will be provided, but with that specific example, I mean, it can be calculated. Most of these schools have shops. Most of these teachers will still be going to town, and then the money is be given them. They can be given supplies ahead of time. So I mean, contingencies can be taken, no?
My brother, I'm telling you, not all parents can afford to, you know, provide everything for their children for these three months, 2 weeks. I'm telling you, and it's a fact.
So what's the solution? What are you suggesting, Mr. Danso?
Well, what I'm suggesting is that they must be given some chance to, you know, have contact with their parents. They call them and then, you know, tell them of their needs. You know, the government is providing, but definitely the parents must also contribute something towards their household. So, as for it's normal. It's just the only difference is that we are not in a normal time, and that there's a pandemic. Apart from that, you know, they are there, the house mistresses are there, the house masters are there, the teachers are there, and they will even guide them. So there's no problem. As for the health protocols and all that, they will be guided to do it, and definitely they will do it. They will do it. So the distancing and all that. But what we are saying is that at least there must be some contact. At least they must hear their mother's voice. And like I said, those sickness, we need to, you know, do something about their welfare.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Danso, for joining us. Alexander
Thank
Danko.
you too, my brother. Thank you.
Alexander Danso is is on the National Council for PTA.
Parent Teacher Association.
Yeah, he obviously he's speaking on the parent side.
That's
there.
right.
Yeah. What to call his kids? It sounds very legitimate, isn't
they're
it?
very legitimate concerns. And again, I like the fact that you pointed out to him that we're not in, you know, normal times. So everyone will have to readjust and make some concessions. I mean, there has to be a trade-off. If you want education for the children and we want them to be safe as they go in and safe as they come out, then we must limit the exposure to the outside world when they are in school. Because see, if we are able to put in a testing protocol before they go into school and we all check out and everyone is test negative, do we then do a testing again when they're coming back home? You understand? And you, the parent who wants to go and visit the child, if it's a 7 to 14 day incubation period, we will never know who might carry the virus into the school and create a disruption to the school system as we have it. You know, so there's a reason why the idea that parents shouldn't be allowed to see their children during this period has been put in place. It is for our own safety, because the idea of resuming normal life in abnormal times is not to say that we no longer think that the virus is a threat. What we're saying is we should be able to resume a certain element of our lives and keep safe at the same time.
A very important point there being raised, of course, and we'll give listeners, the viewers, the opportunity to comment very shortly on some of these stories. But we've been dealing basically with the announcements made by the Education Minister, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, and of course the protocols that have been laid down. My simple question to you is, would you want your kids to go back to school? Would you want them to? Do you trust the protocols that have been put in place enough? We'll put the phone lines at the bottom of the screen for you to give us a call. So, I mean, Inshra, honestly, given all that you've heard. Are your kids safe in school?
My kids are not in final year, nor are they in the gold track Form 2, so it's not a headache. But I can imagine, I mean, if all schools at all ages were open, I would definitely not be quick to want the kids to go back to school. I think there are just a lot of unknowns, and it's scary when you can't figure your way out through these things. So the apprehension on the part of parents and everyone else is legitimate. But the protocols that have been put in place, if executed well, should give us a certain level of comfort that we can trust and take that chance.
I like how you said that if they are executed well.
Well, everything is down to execution.
Right. 0246807983. 0246807983. That's the phone number. So you can call us and tell us if you'd be willing to let your kids go to school. If your child, particularly if your child is in the SHS2 Gold track or is in final year at the WASI. If you're a student, give us a call as well. Let's know if you feel safe enough to go to school. 0246807983. The cringe factor in Shura is if we execute them well, because there's always a gap between policy that's announced and what is actually implemented. We've seen it so many times here in the country.
But you know, Philippa Larson clearly said that, look, they're willing to go to school as soon as possible. But
I'll let you finish, Insha. That but point, keep that in mind. Evans is on the line from Kenya. Say, good morning, Evans.
Good morning, Daniel.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, my concern has got to do with the inclusion of the Form 2 Gold track. Yeah, we know that they've lost some of the academic sessions yet, but the inclusion of the Form 3, in fact, it will put pressure on the classrooms, you know, where we have to divide the classes so that we have the least number of students in each class for, you know, for social distancing. And also, most of them are day students. So are they also, would all of them also be accommodated in the boarding house so that they wouldn't be going home and coming each day? So it's I don't know what informed I know that they've lost some academic session, but at least these things should be looked at so that we limit the spread of the disease.
Day students, if you are going in and out, thank you so much, Evans, going in and out every day.
You know, they needed Evans in that room when the policy was being formulated, because look, it didn't occur to me at any point that day students would be traveling to and from school on a daily basis. They'll be interacting with different people on their way to school and on their way back home. I guess exposes a new tangent in terms of
I guess there's the possibility in Shura to have people wash their hands when they are entering, take their temperature, so that at least they don't spread it that much. But these are young people. Let's take my next caller from Konongo. Good morning. What's your name?
Hello, I'm calling from Konongo.
Beautiful. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Daniel, what I want to say is we are in this country where a lot of things that are supposed to be done for the schools are not done. So what the problem now is that we are even wondering whether what the government is saying is going to be provided. Because of the free issue that is in the air now, a lot of parents are not ready to even purchase one nose mask for their children before they even go to school. So my worry now is the government going to fulfill all these things by providing the nose mask? And if the nose mask is provided, I learned the nose mask is supposed to be used for some days, which cannot be used again because of the reusable thing. But is the government ready to do that? That is the main challenge now, because a lot of things that the government has proposed which are not being fulfilled. It's not only about this government, and almost all the governments that are from this nation. So the worry now is because now that we are in this kind of pandemic, the most important thing is the government is supposed to provide all these things that they are talking about. I'm a leader of a church, and my wondering is, where do we even get access to the thing that they use for the fumigation? So all these things are not being done, and we expect things to go normal as we want it to go. So that is the worry now. So the government should provide all these things. The churches are said to be fumigated, but we don't know where to get those things for the fumigation.
Okay. Thank you very much, Nkansa, for calling. We have a culture of wanting free things, Isha.
Well, everybody would like a free something once in a while, but you know, I think that free goes to a certain, it has its limits. You know, there's free education being provided, there's school feeding as part of that. It offsets a certain burden on the parents. So that saving you're making can now be reapplied to something else. You know, so I think that everyone has a responsibility. We all need to start thinking about ultimately what we want to achieve. We want the children to get educated, and we also want them to be safe. So what's stopping you from readjusting your own finances and ensuring that you have also provided a certain level of protection for your ward? Simple.
Interesting questions there. Victor is on the line for Bolga. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning.
Right, Victor, you're our last caller. What's your comment?
Good morning to your viewers and to your listeners. With the lifting of the public gatherings and especially allowing students to go back to school, I think it's not going to be very appropriate. So when you look at the secondary school, for example, we don't have space. In the school where I teach currently, I wouldn't want to mention the name of the school for now. We were forced, in the session of double track, we were forced to convert classrooms into dormitories. They were not dormitories. Even with the few doctors we have for the ladies, it was congested. Even toilet rooms were even converted as sleeping places for them. So now if they come, how are we going to ensure the social distances that they are talking about?
But Victor, don't you have isn't it going to be a reduced number now that it's just Form 3s and Form 2s in the gold track?
Yes, the point is that even those students who were boarders, they caused the problem. Now they're saying that we should bring in the day students. Now if the day students come and ask, how will that work? How would that work? So I would want to urge that if they want this to work, they should quickly finish up the projects that they were carrying on these schools, in these schools, so that it can give teachers. Me, for example, if I get to school and I realize that my life is not safe, I will go to school. I will come back to the house. That is a fact. I will go to school because my life must be safe, as well as the students. How do we ensure these students going to dining hall to eat? Now they're saying that no assembly, but they can go to dining hall and eat. How do we ensure? My school dining hall is always full to capacity, students outside. You can't even get a space as a teacher to get in and make an announcement. How do we ensure all these things?
Wow. Victor, thanks for calling. The sweetness of the pudding, they say, is in the eating.
Absolutely. And I think in all of this, coronavirus presents itself as the most difficult algebra question you'll ever answer in elective maths. The X in there, we're still looking for.
I tell you, bro. Thank you so much, Ishira, for joining us. And of course, we had this conversation as well with Philippa Larson, who is head of NAT, and Angel Carbono, who is head of NAGRAT, and you, who called us in from home. My name is Daniel. This has been Beyond the Headlines. Thanks.
Who says this? Oluwa! In a commentary.
Abeku.
Abeku Beng.
Abeku Santana.
Kwesi Appiah barely even speaks. He's on a touchline and you see, Dede. Asamoah. Omo. Maintenance. Okay. The answer is Pobna.
It's an exciting game show like you've never seen before. The only game show that seeks to confuse you and enlighten you and confuse you again.
Akotete Betoda ointment. What commercial is that?
Akobam.
Akobam.
From the camp of Liaison Legacy Productions.
Continue this song. Mercy Kitty. Ayedro Papa.
Se utobia.
What don't you know? Shows Saturdays at 5 p.m.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
You kidnappers and thieves beware, swindlers and crooks we're there. We'll be right there on the spot, cause we're the peppercorns, that's what. 1, 2, villains and vandals, 3, 4, rascals and thieves, 5, 6, crooks and thieves.
Hi, we got ice cream for everybody. We don't have time for that now.
Have you lost it or what?
Let's get going. Chem, what's the big deal with that stupid offer anyway? We must go to the police.
Why the police?
Chem and I have solved the case, while you guys were out shopping.
Peppercorns. Shows Wednesdays to Fridays at 4 p.m.
That's why. Let's go.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
Something is coming.
Yes.
To happen.
I bought me so.
Do you know something we call forgets?
Yes, please.
Have you ever had
Your Honor, is she asking questions or is she preaching? What is the meaning of this?
I really, really love my husband.
Isn't that lovely, man?
The timetable, is it 212 or 313? Oh, don't do, if you do that, my tech will rise right now.
Sentinel, Sentinel.
I see. Counsel. Your Honor, what's the color of your jacket?
KJTR versus Mokola, showing Monday to Friday
Sebastian.
at 2:30 p.m.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
No one, no training, no amount of preparation can get any professional ready for this kind of pandemic.
We feel safe because we know you are there. Thank you, all our frontline health workers.
I want to say thank you to the first responders and the ambulance crew, rushing to situations unknown.
The call center operatives who stay on the other end of the phone lines 24/7. Thank you.
To cleaners at the hospitals and in isolation centers. Today, your job is more dangerous than ever. Thank you, Akpenami.
We feel safe because we know you are there. Thank you, all our frontline health workers.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
1 year recording deal for 2 singles, 60,000 word of airtime on Joy Prime, 10,000 Ghana cedis cash prize, bragging rights of being crowned the ultimate winner, Prime Studio. Remember that you still have what it takes to push your favorite contestant to the top. Who will it be? Melissa, Okesie, Naja, Good Boy Legend, Aute, Wami Sticker, Kisses, Wami T, Mickey J, and Kobe G. Vote for your favorite contestant by texting PS followed by the name of your favorite contestant to the short code 1903. Prime Studio, rock the world.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
Say this rhyme with me. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, and all play and no work makes Jack a lazy boy. We've been learning from home all this time on Ghana's first educational channel, Joy Learning. Now it's time to have fun and prove to other schools how beautiful our uniforms are. Yes, the Joy Learning Uniform Challenge on Instagram is the place to prove this. Follow us on Instagram at joy_learning_TV. Take a beautiful picture of yourself in your school uniform from home. Post your picture and tag us at joy_learning_TV. #uniform challenge. Win the bragging rights as the school with the most beautiful uniform in GH, as well as the most well-dressed student title, and be acknowledged on all our social media handles and Joy Learning TV. Please, all students, stay away from this contest too. But if you still have your uniform as fresh and beautiful, you can try it. Why not? Joy Learning. Keep learning.
A loving son.
Guess who's home?
An adoring daughter. Two families at war.
Never you refer to me as your friend ever again.
Tries to sell his business, but there is a snag.
What are you doing in my office?
A past betrayal has sent these two families on a warpath.
We have not seen each other in 20 years. What's going on?
Now, their children's love draws back the agony of the past.
I do not want to ever see you with my daughter ever again.
So you went to see her?
Nobody went to see anyone. Where are you going?
To see her.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.
Welcome back to Prime Morning. My name is Emefa Kosia Adeti, and this is Let's Talk Relationship. Now, today we're talking about financial management in a relationship. Big question: should you discuss your financial status with your partner, be it boyfriend, husband, whoever that matters in your relationship? I'm going to be joined later on the show by Reverend Adelaide Hayward Mills, but now I'm joined by Inshiradu. You know, he's got all the magic in finance, so I'm going to be talking to him what we should be doing. Should we even disclose it anyway? Hi, Inshi, how are you?
I'm all right, darling.
The Rainmaker.
Yes.
So, big question today, Jay was asking earlier this morning is that, should you tell your partner how much you earn, first of all?
The answer to that question is yes.
Why?
You tell your best friend everything. This is the person you've
No, we
decided
don't.
you're going down the road of life together with. Someone who will be there with you all the way to the end.
Okay, I'm going to come back to you, but we went on the street, and here's what some people said.
I wouldn't mind, but it would depend on the type of woman you are in a relationship with. You know, some women do not know how to manage accounts. They would rather be the one spending whilst you are saving. But I don't see anything wrong with having a joint account with your partner.
No, I won't do that. Like, it's a no. It's not advisable. It has a lot of risks involved. Because of trust. Like, who knows what can happen, like, in future or something like.
No, not really. Yeah, the issue is that with this current systems of mistrust, divorces here and there, I feel that when you have a joint account, and in the next moment there would be issues of, disagreements here and there. I feel that perhaps even if there would be any need for us to have any joint account, that would be an operational account, but definitely I will surely have to have my investment account separately from having it as a joint with my partner.
Well, it's got its pros and cons. You might have an account with your partner, and then what about when you break up? What happens to both of you? Are you going to share the money? How are you going to split it up? I mean, when you guys have a common goal of having a project to do, you can have an account where you people would contribute towards that goal. But then when you break up, what happens to both of you?
No, I wouldn't like to have a joint account with my partner because a lot of things can happen. If I decide to treat me bad, I can also decide to treat him bad, and then it will be a problem.
Even if it's a partner that you both have the goal of getting married together, why not? Why not? I mean, times when she might think you have money, which you don't, because of the fact that you've portrayed that you have money, and probably you don't have the money that what she's thinking you have. I mean, it's sometimes good that you tell her how much you earn, so that when you are broke, she can help you out, or when she's broke, you can also help her out. So we should.
Yes, I don't have problem with her knowing. When you have a partner and he doesn't know how much you earn, it may create problems for you. Either she may think that you are taking so much, and so she begins to put so much demands on you that she needs this, she needs that. But when she gets how much you earn, probably she can make realistic demands.
Yes, I don't mind. I mean, it's not a big deal for him to know how much I earn.
There's nothing wrong with that. If your wife, no problem. But your girlfriend, I don't think it is right your girlfriend gets to know how much you earn. What if she earns more than you do? She might call off the relationship because she might feel, after all, I earn more than he does.
Yeah, because you're supposed to know everything about each other. I want to just know how much you earn. It kind of.
I wish this man would see my face. What if she earns more than you? She might call off the relationship. Is he serious right now? Anyway, I don't want to take sides here.
Insecurity is a global pandemic.
Arisha, so you were saying that what?
No, I think it's important that you disclose it. The reason is that if you're going to make a commitment of a lifetime to another person, you need all cards on the table. And the fact that somebody might earn more than the other doesn't mean that, they'll lord it over you.
Is it a requirement?
I wouldn't call it a requirement. It's not a one-size-fits-all, but it helps. It helps because in times when things are rough, and everybody will go through a bend in life, if you don't know how much your partner earns, and they don't know how much you earn, you would have expectations of responsibility, and it could create conflict because when you expect them to be able to do A, B, and C, but at that time of their life, things are not going so well. They may have been laid off work. They're not earning as much as they do or used to, and you are of no knowledge.
Right.
You make assumptions, and in that assumptions, you will then start having resentment towards them and think, they're making money and they're hiding it from me. And that is how the cookie crumbles.
We'll come back to how the cookie will crumble once again. But we are joined by Reverend Adelaide Hayward Mills. Hello, Mommy, if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for making time to talk to us. And so this topic has become very necessary because it's become quite a debate on most of our social media handles. We put out a question that, are you comfortable sharing your financial status with your partner? Now, we've got different opinion. We thought that we should come to you for counsel. Hello, so we're ready to hear from you.
Hey, good morning. It was interesting hearing from the various people on the streets and the various opinions.
Okay.
My take on that, I would say, would have to come from the Bible because I believe that is what life is built on. And so listening to all of them, the conclusion I came to is, it's not a financial issue. It's a relationship issue, the quality of the relationship. So the quality of the relationship will therefore inform the type of financial relationship you will have.
Okay.
Whether you should disclose what you have when you are not married, I wouldn't subscribe to that because somebody can be attracted to you just because of what you have.
Okay.
And life has different seasons, like Nshira said. So when you go through a lean season, the war happens. If you are building your whole thing on he's rich, she's rich, I think that in relationships, you are not supposed to be naked like that. So you can have an idea of what you do, how much, not necessarily the figure, but what you do, the debts you have, and how you go about your money issues. But not necessarily the nitty-gritty because at that point, the relationship hasn't advanced. But come to marriage, I think that it's not always good to have a joint account.
Okay.
Because when you look at Abigail in the Bible,
right,
she was a fool. The Bible said, I didn't say, the Bible said. So if you are married to a fool, and he's spending your money anyhow and throwing it down the drain, how do you then go and tell him everything you have? Everything will crumble, including his own life, because he may end up not feeding himself, and vice versa.
Okay. Now, Rev, so if I understand you, the quality of the relationship would inform your decisions on financial relationship, financial management. And so if let's take a model quality relationship or marriage, you've said that you do not subscribe to the idea of having a joint account. Even if the relationship is very quality, there's trust, everything is okay.
A joint account. But I personally don't have a joint account, but I live like I have a joint account because my husband does certain aspects of our marriage, like maybe he may do school fees, he may do utility bills, and I may do food and other things that come with it, depending on our earning power. And when I'm low, I can tell him, top me up, please. And when he is low, he can tell me, top me up. And we can give gifts to each other. But we don't have literally one account with our names. But I think we operate a joint account in our lives, in the way we live.
Okay, so you say that it's a matter of preference, and if you can manage the situation.
Yes, and how you run it. For instance, if you know your spouse has so many side chicks and is dishing out money to them, why would you put your life savings in his account? The Bible says a prudent man sees the evil that is ahead and keeps himself. So all fingers are not the same.
Okay.
All marriages are not the same. And all relationships are not the same.
Okay, another question that I'd like to ask you is that if you have access to your partner's account, maybe because of any accidents, is there any way you can have a good and a model relationship? There's trust, there's everything. You're not operating joint accounts, but one way or the other, you have access to your partner's bank account.
And I think that if you show responsibility and discipline, it should happen, and it can happen, you know. So you earn trust. Trust is not just trust me. It's something you earn. It's something you work towards. So when there's trust, and if there's no trust, then there are trust issues that must be worked on. You know, and like the other person said, Ishira said, there's insecurity. So some men feel if a woman earns more, I can't marry her. But if a woman earns more, she may be your insurance. If she has that corporate mind that we are all in it together, then I'm here to help. But if she's not sure what you are spending your money on, then fear will come in. And she has to be prudent. The man also has to be prudent. If you are a spendthrift, everything you see you want as a woman is going to be a problem. So the couple must sit down and talk marital issues. And when they do that, like the Bible says, and we're not.
Okay, I have two final questions for you. One will be
so
that
I may not have to know every single figure, investments, what.
I'm sorry, I hope that I didn't lose you.
No, I'm here.
Okay, so let's even cut to the chase. We can't operate joint accounts, even though you have quality relationships. It's a matter of preference. You need to be guided by what is in the Bible. That's if you're a Christian. But at least, can I share with my partner how much I earn, genuinely?
Yes, you can. And it still depends on extenuating circumstances.
Okay.
But if you are able to pay, it will help trust.
Okay.
Yes.
I want you to clarify this. There's going to be persons who would have joint accounts, persons who would definitely have access to their partner's bank accounts or bank details. Yes. Now, if there's a problem, because then we're human beings, we're bound to make mistakes. If there's a problem, who should these partners go to? Is it a counselor? Is it a financial analyst, or who? Who solves financial challenges in a marriage?
They should seek help from both a financial analyst and a counselor, because I'm sure that all those facets will come to play in the marriage.
Okay.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So trust issues, openness, and also talking about if we fall out, what happens. Some people do a prenup. I don't really subscribe to that because I think you're already going on doubt. But it depends on the two parties.
Okay.
You know, but you have to talk about it. I'm putting my money in. You're also putting your money in. If anything happens, what do we do? How will we go about it? And things like that. And I'm sure a financial analyst will be able to come in there because all these specialists are important. It's not just go to a pastor. A pastor is a counselor, but you need other pastors to sharpen your skills. And also, must be able to delegate. If you are not a good manager of finances, but you are the man, and the Bible says you are the head, be a CEO who delegates to another so that the company can run well, and vice versa.
Okay. Thank you so much, Reverend. Thank you so much. And do have a great day, and the Lord bless you as well.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you too. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Ishi.
Yes.
I mean, she's a reverend, so though I didn't want to be like, I don't agree on a few things. I'm going to come to you. We're cracking the cookie. We're cracking the cookie here.
No, I think Reverend Adelaide made quite a lot of very poignant points. She did. And like I was saying earlier, you know, it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. The concept of a joint account, in my opinion, doesn't have to be about all my salary and all my earnings go into this account.
Why not?
Well,
if you're going to have a joint account, well, like she said, depending on the quality of the relationship and this trust. If you're going to have joint accounts, it's because in a very inconspicuous way, you want to know how much you're genuinely earning so that we can plan together.
Yeah, so you have the knowledge of how much is earned. And we set financial goals together.
Right.
And we dedicate a certain portion of our earnings that goes into one common pot that goes towards that. Now, when that is done, now you're in the office, you buy me lunch. I mean, would you have to call your partner to say, I want to buy my friend lunch at work? You know, so the little things that you will need to get by in life that can stay in an account that you have sole access to. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't know how much your partner earns. That transparency must exist. But the joint account must be towards a specific financial goal. So we want to invest money. We want to put money into this account where we draw our rent, we draw our electricity, and we draw all of these things. So this is my contribution to the pot. That's all it is.
Okay. But which one is very difficult to do? Having the joint account or disclosing how much you earn to your partner?
Wow, I think disclosure is not as difficult as, and this is speaking from a purely
what have
personal.
you been doing?
Well, we operate separate accounts, but there's clear transparency. She knows how much I earn, so her expectations are clear. She knows where I'm going to need to stretch. She knows what I can manage, and we have a budget. We have specific things we spend money on, and outside of those, we have a conversation and say, oh, can we afford A, B, and C? And then we work around that. The times that I am broke, I'm like, hey, can you float me a bit? And she does.
Okay. Well, we put out a question on social media. We were asking you that, are you comfortable, disclosing your account details to your partner? We've been telling your partner how much you earn. Just in case we have time, would get Jay to come and read the comments for us to see if we still have time, or maybe later when we have your say segment, Jay would have time to read the comments. Now, Reverend made a very valid point, however, very debatable. She mentioned that if you're in a relationship, I want to be very basic, boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, no need to be that naked, basically telling your partner everything about your finances because you really do not know what would happen. But I like to think and assume that we go into a relationship hoping that it ends into marriage. And so if the person does not come naked before the other partner, how will the person make an informative decision?
Well, see, you don't know everything about the company you work for, though you may research them, right?
You want to have the objective, you want to have the vision, mission, objective.
There you go. So at the dating stage, as someone likes to call it, is the collection of data stage of the relationship. So I'm getting to know the things you like. And those things become more value-based. So what kind of person are you? What are your aspirations for life? Is this person someone who likes to work hard? Do they think life is all about just sitting and having drinks with friends? Are they thinking about the future? Would they want to have a family? Would they want the children to have great education? Because all of those things then will feed into whether or not you will now dedicate the resources required to make sure you're funding those things.
Ishi, you can have somebody who's got all of these qualities, and that's great, but the person might be a spendthrift. How do you know? So maybe if you operate a joint account, if you break up, you can go to the bank and then do the changes, can't
well,
you?
see, but that
So you
creates
can
a lot of
monitor.
problems.
Why?
I mean, so in let's just say,
If you break up with somebody, do you leave your clothes and stuff in the person's house? You move out.
yeah, but there's emotional and issues, and it creates acrimony, and there's all kinds of things. And not all breakups are just as nice as Charlie. The thing is not working, so let's move on.
I agree.
And so you want to be able to cut ties, and something that will cost you minimal fuss. And I totally agree with her that if you're dating, that's not the time to start a joint account. You are not joined to start with.
Okay, but at least the person can tell how much they earn.
Yeah, I mean, have that conversation.
It's
because
important
people
to
must
ask
have
the
the
women.
right expectations. You know, if all you want is to go and eat at a 5-star hotel or a 5-star Michelin restaurant every weekend, and my salary can't afford that, you need to know that.
What if I can afford it, but I'm still in a relationship?
Then we'll go.
Would you be okay if I can afford it, you can't afford it?
I'll be a happy house husband.
You don't think you want to put me right and say that it's not right spending
No, I
that
mean,
much?
see, but we must correct each other. Everything has to be done in moderation. So if you're spending too much, I must say, look, we've got a future to build. And to build the future, you must put some money away. I
asked Reverend a very important question. Who advises a couple on finance? Who?
I think a multiplicity of people. So there must be someone who understands finances, because some of the issues sometimes is not necessarily we have too little. Maybe we lack a certain synergy, or we can explore a synergy that can create more wealth for us.
Okay.
You may be a person who has great ideas, and I may be the doer.
Right.
But we have never explored that. You know, if maybe we did, we'll have enough money to be able to fund the lifestyle we want.
Maybe we did. Anyway, Jay's joined us. So Jay's been surfing the internet and sampling your views. So I'm going to go to Jay to ask him what his go for was.
Well, I tell you what, people are saying a lot of different things on social media with
regards to this conversation, because it's very, very sensitive though. Would you want to show it to your partner? So what if you get aside money, you know, on some income that you are not expecting and it comes in? Would you even disclose that as well?
We didn't discuss that, so I won't disclose it.
Very
Really?
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out what people are saying on social media. You can also do the same right now on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, especially on Facebook. Go there on Joy Prime Official and share your comments with us right now. We'd love to hear from you. Okay, so in a minute, we're just about to find out what people are saying. So this one from Good Heart Barak says, everyone is giving fake answers here. Interesting. It says, they only know deep down their hearts and ... doesn't even continue. Leji or Ileji Osai says yes and no. Yes, because they will know how and when to demand for money or demand much. No, because some people will definitely ask for something since they know how much and how and when money comes in your account. Conclusion? It depends on how you study your partner initially. Great point on there. This one from Trixie says, ooh, I will miss this. When is the repeat? Okay. Anyway, you can catch it on social media. We're streaming live on YouTube as well. Ketty Patience says, no for me, and that means I don't love my wife, because lady's heart is something. I don't know how you want to make this, analyze and understand this one. Well, he's saying that understanding the wife, you rather stay away from. This one says, if my girlfriend or wife knows that I earned 100 Ghana cedis a month, she won't ask me to buy her an iPhone. And goes on to say iPhone 11 Pro Max.
Hold up. I'm not asking you to buy an iPhone for me with how much you earn.
Yes.
I'm telling you that to do extra of what you're doing and something that can buy me an iPhone. I'm not saying that buy an iPhone with your
But you would have expectations. You will not
Well-
want it and want it now.
Well, he goes on to her demands would be.
Maybe an Android.
Another one is coming in. Yao Preko says, definitely it depends. It doesn't depend on the people involved. Once you're married, it is a must or obligatory to be transparent in everything, he says.
Including finance.
Including finances. Great. A few more messages coming in here. Prince OG says, what a name, says, why should you know if my partner should know how much I earn? He's asking with emojis. Very angry face there. And Henry Joseph says, actually, it depends on the individual, but yes to me. And lastly, Lawrence Amwako is saying, yes, of course, your partner should know so that when the money gets finished, she will not complain.
Thank you.
Great valid
I
point.
think you're getting it all wrong. Okay, well, at least he said partner, and then he or she ended with the she. Who says that when the money is finished?
So it's easier for a person of one gender to refer to the opposite in there.
But this is a mistake. The fact that I know that the money is done in the account doesn't mean that I won't demand.
Yeah, but you see, you will have different expectations. If there is no money, you would allow a little bit of patience and a plan to meet that requirement and bridge that gap. If the money is there and you need it now because the resources are available. And these are all different things that change. Because, see, when men don't complain. Men aren't vocal. Men aren't naturally vocal. A man would rather be there and think about, how am I going to make the money quickly so that we can solve this situation? In that period when he's thinking plenty, or probably sitting there watching the television, he's not watching anything on the TV. He's just using it as a distraction. But the question is, how do you end up tipping the person emotionally if you're constantly asking for something? And you're asking legitimately. But the reason you're asking is because you do not know that he doesn't have it. Now imagine what kind of situation that would create. So it's important to have the conversation so you manage your expectations.
Okay. Well, it's important to have a conversation with your partner, but I like to conclude by saying, oh, this is for you, let me see. Okay. That it's not a requirement in a marriage, right?
I agree.
If you say yes,
it's
or
not.
if you agree, say yes.
It's not
okay.
a requirement.
And it also depends on the individual.
Yes.
And also, like Reverend said, depends on the quality of the relationship. And finally, a gentle reminder, if you're in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, no need to be that naked. It's not the point yet until you're joined.
not joined, so you can't have a joint account.
Okay. I hope that you've picked something from our conversation. Into your final words, and then we get ready for Survivor Story.
Well, I think for me, final words would be that everybody should focus on how to make the money. It is when you have little of it that it becomes a problem. So find ways to build constructive relationships, how you can leverage your talents and gifts and abilities to make money between the two of you or individually. When you have a lot of money, you won't complain plenty.
I agree. We'll go for a break, and when we come back, Survivor Story. Stay with us.
Life sometimes presents us with unexpected situations, like in the event of a fire outbreak. It takes less than 20 minutes to move from this to this. Timing is everything. Dialing 112 in the event of an emergency gives you direct access to the Ghana National Fire Service with a guarantee of the fastest response time. And now with the National Digital Property Addressing System, be rest assured that we can locate you directly at your point of call. So never hesitate to call in the event of a fire emergency. Dial 112. 112. Help will come. 112. We are safe. Avoid prank calling as it can lead to loss of life of persons in actual need of help.
Affiliated to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and partnering with the University of Utah.
When I was looking for a place to study public health in Ghana, NSI was my first choice. We have all the resources here to get the work done.
I find that when students come here, they put all their efforts into this, and by the end, they surprise themselves.
We have lectures starting Thursday in the afternoon, Friday, and then Saturday.
For a student to be admitted to the Ensign College, they need to have completed a bachelor's program.
If you come here to study, there should be no single reason why your study cannot be successful.
Deadline for the submission of admission forms has been extended to Tuesday, 30th June 2020. Apply now. Ensign College, leading the future of health.
welcome back. So we are just nearly done with today's program on Prime Morning, and we're going to be going for Survivor Story. Stay with us.
A son's dream is to grow up and make his father proud. But in the case of Muhammad, he wants his son to grow up to be proud of him. Mohamed Gariba is the captain of the Ghana skate soccer team. He and his family live at Abosoka in Zongo, where many unprivileged families reside. Mohamed became a polio victim when he was at age 2. Life has then not been a smooth path for him. He sometimes had to beg on the streets to fend for his family.
If I sleep, if I work out, I will do salah. I will call my wife. I just say, make you go salah. If you go salah finish, you go breakfast for me. You will do tea for me. If I drink tea, I will take my roller. I will go to bed. If I go bed, if the one I get, I will come house. I will give my wife. You go feel cook. If the money reach, you go cook. You go cook. If the money didn't reach, you no go feel cook. You go buy the one I chop me and my child. But now, sometimes if I go to bed, somebody go search me.
Zaman alhamdulillah an gode ma Allah kuma yayi Allah sa albarka. Biyan bukatar mu Allah ba mu zaman lafiya tsakanin mu kuma ya ba mu abin da zamu ci mu wadatar har mu ba iyalin mu.
Malama me de mi dan fupa anya anne. Ina yeah mi dan for bedu 32 years to another 40 years to. Ba one day na mi tifie no ba me ono see. Omo ko train bi. Ba aya mi nsi mi mbra. Ba Sunday video no mi ko ho. Mi hu se na mo bobo no. Coach ni sa jimi. Ono no ma mi se mi ko ho. Ba mi na mi team manager. Ba ono no di mi ko ho.
Malam, okay, Ahmed Gariba, but we affectionately call him Malam. He's been one of the key players of this project. He's been like the two IC for me all these years. He has a lot of control over the players. When I'm not there and I know he's around, I can go and relax. He's a very dedicated man, very committed to the project. And he's one person who encourages me to continue moving because this is a very capital intensive project. There are times that you don't even have money and there are players asking for ABC and you don't have it. He will call you and tell you, do what you can. If you don't have it, let's forget them today and let's see what happens next time. So he's become like a brother.
Welcome back to the studio, and we are going to be having a conversation with Mr. Ahmed Gariba, and he's our survivor today. Hello, Mr. Ahmed.
Yeah, hello.
Thank you for joining us in the studio today.
You may have to speak up for us so we can hear you.
Okay? So, Kasadim, Mami, right?
Okay.
Okay, that's your wife in the video.
Yes.
She's very beautiful, though.
Oh.
She's a beautiful woman. I'm tempted to ask you how the two of you met.
Is it?
I want to ask you, how did you meet your wife?
It's my wife.
Uh-huh.
But I sing for Zongo.
Oh, okay.
Where you are?
Yes.
Okay.
But she the big.
She the big?
She the big.
Okay.
I sing on the road. But my she called me and say, she told me, say one day she see me inside the TV at the Playboy.
Hey.
Oh, she loved me.
That's right.
I said, oh, you love me. Because of what is love me? He said, because I play the game. I said, okay, don't worry. But I do discuss. I see like you play. It's very serious for me.
Now it's serious?
Yes.
Okay, now Ahmed, let's go back to why you're like this. What happened to you?
My story, if you say I want to talk, I did cry.
Don't worry, share.
Because my story is the heart.
Oh.
Me, my mother is a Ghanaian. My father is a Nigerian man. He's there for Maiduguri. Okay. But my father, she came here before they marry my mother. My family, she don't like my father because she don't know she has family. My mother, she love my father.
Your mother love your father?
Yeah. My father take my mother, she go Nigeria. She go marry him. Okay. My father, he get wife 3.
Okay.
My mother 1. Okay. I know my mother born me, I get well, everything. I dey go anyway. One thing, I go play me and my friend. I come house. I enter my room. I fall down.
You go play outside with your friends?
Yes.
And as you come back?
Before I dey play the ball.
Okay.
I dey
Normal
play
football?
Football, no, I dey do.
Okay.
Okay. I enter inside, no, I fall down.
You remember your age?
My age now?
You don't know the age, the time you fall down?
Yes. 8 years.
8 years. Okay.
I fall down. My mother, she called me. I no go fit talk. My mother come see me. My mother, they cry. Ahmed, I no go fit talk.
Wow.
My mother called my father. My father come. He take me go hospital.
For Ghana or Nigeria?
Yeah, for Nigeria.
For Nigeria.
Maiduguri. My mother married, didn't come from Ghana.
Okay. Basically, when your mother married your father, they lived in Nigeria. She didn't come to Ghana again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. She take me go hospital. She do injection for me. The injection, she give me malaria. I dey see like this my leg. She dey go small.
You start make small.
She dey go small. Before they big, but now she dey go small. I no
so
go.
They give you injection in hospital.
She give me injection for hospital.
Okay.
They go small. Now you no go fit walk. You want to catch the person, another person. My father, she come. She a doctor. She want to invest like this. You want to fight. Okay. My father invest. He take me. He go house. She take me go house. She will bring.
I'm coming, Ahmed.
Yes.
So that day at the hospital,
Yeah.
when they injected you, you can see that your leg was changing instantly.
Yes. I dey see.
You can see.
I dey see.
Okay.
I see. She take me go house. She bring the malam.
Okay.
The malam come. She do pray for me. Say you go buy something, go buy this thing, go buy this thing. My father money finish.
Okay.
My father money finish. He come for my mother. Now the fight go come, because another person, another wife, my father, he talk say, how about he spend money for me? But now I no go fit go anywhere. Why they spend money for me? My father, she agree. My mother say, you no go fit agree. But now my mother, she take this thing inside the room now. The yama, you go sell it. You go take me. She go me hospital. Before, I no go fit sit down. I no go fit sit down.
So, Ahmed, let's even go back to the hospital. Did the doctor tell your father and your mother what was happening to you, the cause of your legs changing, miraculously like that?
But it is say Apollo.
Apollo? Polio?
Polio.
Polio. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. She take me go hospital and Kano. She take me go Kano. But the Kano, God will help me. I dey sit down, I dey talk.
Okay.
I do like 1 year inside hospital.
Wow. Okay.
Now, he give me the
crutches.
The crutches. I go figure small.
Okay, still 8 years.
Yes. That be.
Chop
I chop 1 year.
1 year again.
9 years again. Okay. Now, I dey go small. My father, my mother, this thing, it cool.
Okay.
Okay. She take me go house. Now my mother, he tell my father, no, you don't love him again.
Oh.
You don't love him because you don't like me. If you should like me, you don't go leave him. My mother tell my father, say, make it take and go to Ghana again. My father say, no, go fit take and go Ghana. Me before, I don't know Ghana. But my mother go tell me, say, me and Ghanaian. Okay.
Sorry.
But the thing, my mother, she take everything, she sell it, she come for me from Ghana. Now my mother invests with the family because of my mother, my father. My mother, she don't know how to go do, but she come. Okay, she go inside. But she go inside, she sit down, no. She give her one room. It says, I go manager. Okay. Small. My mother is put this thing inside the man. Small time, my mother, she died.
Okay, Ahmed, calm down.
This is very hard. Yeah. This is very hard. Just a quick interpretation of what Ahmed has told us so far. He's speaking Pidgin. So for those who might not be able to understand what Ahmed is saying, so at the age of 8, well, since he was born, Ahmed has been fit. One time he came back from a playing field, entered his room and fell on the floor. Now when he fell to the floor, his mom came in, saw him in the condition. They were in Nigeria at that time. He was taken to the hospital and he was injected. Now ever since the injection, he started losing his limbs, especially his legs, and couldn't sit and couldn't walk. Now, as a year passed, his father has also taken him to resort to traditional medicine, and gradually he gained his ability to even sit down after he was taken back to the hospital in Kano. Through all these things that had happened, unfortunately for him, his father told his mother at that time, that who was married to 3 other women, that he wasn't interested in the relationship anymore. So she has to move back to Ghana. So the mother sold everything that she had, and then they had to now relocate to Ghana. And that's a story that he shared with us so far. Ahmed.
Yes, sir.
This one will be sorry, pa.
No.
So as your mother bring you come Ghana?
Yeah. My mother bring me from Ghana.
Okay.
She show my family. Okay. My family now, thank God, alhamdulillah, because she loved me.
Yeah.
She loved me.
Were you the only born for your mother?
Only me.
Only you?
Only me.
Okay.
But the thing, if I think my mother, because of me, my mother died. The thing, they pay me.
So when you came to Ghana, how long did you stay with your mother before she died?
Oh, I stay fine.
Stay like how many years before she died? When you moved from Nigeria to come to Ghana, how many years?
I get like 20 years.
Okay. Okay.
I get like 20 years.
So within that, by the time you're 20 years, what were you doing? How was your mother taking care of you?
My mother is taking for me because my mother, it is a ice kenke.
She was selling ice kenke?
Yeah,
okay.
she is ice kenke.
Okay.
But my mother, I tell you, madam, my mother, she loved me.
Yeah?
She loved me. She not like because if I didn't beg, my mother, she died before I started the beg.
You didn't bath yourself? You were not bathing by yourself?
I know go begging before.
Okay, begging.
Yes, I know go begging before.
Okay.
But my mother, she died.
Okay.
The thing I started the begging. Because my mother, she do everything for me. She do everything for me, my mother.
Okay. So you say that life started becoming very difficult after your mother died. But were you still living with your family members after your mother died?
I stay my family.
Okay.
I stay my family.
Okay.
Ahmed, just to help you out as well, maybe just a little hand sanitizer for him, and then he can use a tissue as well. Ahmed, then you can also take the tissue as well. Okay, it's very important that you do that. You can take some of the tissue as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
it's fine. You shouldn't.
Ahmed,
Yeah.
How and when did you start playing the skates soccer?
But the time I start the play soccer, no, I see my coach.
Your coach.
He see me inside the road at the big.
Okay.
She come for me. She greet for me. She give me one seat. She say, "You want to talk to me?" I say, "Okay." He said, you want to help me if I like it. I said, oh, I like it. Then he say, you see my hand? You see, oh, you go fit play ball. I love him. I said, how I go fit play ball? He said, don't worry. You take the phone, you show me.
How they play.
And I said, oh, yes, I go fit play. She give me the telephone number. He said, if you come Sunday, I call him. I just say, here. Sunday, I call him. She do that for me. I come for the park. She showed me how we do it. The time I started.
That's how you started playing.
Yeah.
So have you been going back to beg again? Let's talk about the time that you're on the streets begging. In a day, how much you're able to make?
But now, still at the begging.
Still you're begging?
Yes, still at the begging.
Why?
Because nobody about the help for me. Now, only my coach. She dey help me small. I no go feed the coach. I go feed carry my my distance because I get wife, I get children. I dey pay the room. I dey sick. My wife dey sick. By almost my son was sick. If I go the begging, the one I get it, I go bring the house. If I bring the house, one day it dey reach. One day not the reach. No be say, but almost I go fit get the one I like it all the time. If I bring the house, if I give her my wife money, my children, the money finish. I no go fit take, this one I go keep it. Small time, if you do big, I dey start the business. You no go fit do it.
Wow. The skate soccer that you're playing, why is it not continuous? When you play, do they pay you? Why do you play small, you go and beg small, you go and play small? Why? Explain the problem.
But the skate soccer, they pay.
Okay.
No. You know they pay. But unless the Binaton, the thing it help. But now, they help.
So, Ahmed, just as she asked you, so Ghana Football Association no come see you to talk anything about the skate soccer?
No.
It's just your coach?
Yes. Only the coach they talk.
So do you play matches? Have you had any matches?
I played the matches.
Ghana and
Nigeria.
Ghana and Nigeria?
Yes. I play Ghana and Nigeria. I play Ghana with Togo.
So did they bring them come Ghana or did they go there?
That be first time you go bring the the Nigeria come here first time.
Okay.
Second time Ghana go Nigeria.
Okay.
Another time the Togo. She bring the Togo come here.
Okay. Did they bring them bus or did they
bus?
So no sponsorship, no money. They come from anywhere.
No sponsors inside, but only Binaton.
Yeah.
She give the 100 million.
Okay.
But 100 million no be only one person. The team.
Whole team.
The team they do 50 the players. But they Kumashi, Takoradi, Accra.
So is your wife still begging?
Yes. But my wife is still begging, but they beg all the time.
All the time.
Because they do tell her.
Okay. Is she now learning it?
Yes.
Or she's when she shows it, people will pay her. Is she learning or she's...
She do already.
It do already.
But so why is she sewing and she still goes back to...
But it's inside house, they tell her.
Okay.
You don't have the place you go sit down, you go feel it, say about the money. Nobody go give you container free. Nobody go give you the land free.
So maybe we should open phone lines.
Yeah. All right. So you can join in the conversation. You can call us on 0246 807983. 0246 807983. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think just so we gather our thoughts and our hearts properly, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
In the case of Mohammed, he wants his son to grow up to be proud.
Australia, dear. Merry CB Men's Capsules. And you may use Madarma, Bohobio, CB Men's Capsules by dear. What 2 points?
I don't know. They are very good. Said a medana, I'm sorry, I'm to intend to use it. He said, we need you some Arabia house to credit you.
Said to send my young dear CB Women's Capsules. A year if it's a woman in home fee and so.
Hey! CB Women's Capsules, they are Joe.
Also, CB Men's Capsules, and Joe.
Susiana.
Ghana man, Merman Damase.
Our pharmacy, chemical, ni herbal shops ni name. Et to form Fresh Susie Herbal Center 0247 111671 and 0246 578750. CB Men and Women Capsules.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Welcome back. You're still watching Prime Morning. It's time we are doing our survivor story. Now, on this morning, our guest is Gariba. Now, Gariba shares a story with us. Real quickly recap into what he has said so far. He's disabled and he had an amazing, well, very challenging, I beg your pardon, very challenging yet strong story of how his father abandoned him and his mother. An injection that went wrong rendered him disabled. However, he's still surviving strongly with a wife and his kids. And today he's our guest on the show as he shares his story with us, MFA.
So when was the last time you went on the street to beg?
You see?
When last did you go on street to beg? Yesterday back, or last week?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. How much did you make?
How much?
How much did you get? Yes.
Okay. I get 30 Ghana.
30 Ghana.
Yes.
So 30 Ghana, you bring them for house?
Yes.
How did you distribute it?
The 30 Ghana, I will give my wife 15.
Okay.
If they cook.
Okay.
If I give them 50, if you cook in the morning, I give them 5 CD. I take 10 Ghana and 10 Ghana. 10 Ghana, I buy this cocoa with the bread, 2 CD, remain 8 CD. 8 CD I go put in my pocket because I don't know how the order will do.
Okay. So before coronavirus, was your son going to school? Does he go to school?
Yes, my son will go to school.
How do you pay the fees?
Now, you know, if he go to school because of the coronavirus.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
but if he go to school?
Yes,
yes. He did school?
Yes.
Pay fees, school fees and everything.
Oh, the school fees, the one I tell you, my coach. If I don't have, I will call him. He help me. She they bring money, but I will give him the money. If he give the money, if I go pay, I give me the receipt. The receipt, no, I will give him.
Let's do this. I don't even know whether it's right for us to do this, but
I don't know, yeah.
0246 807 983 0246 807 983. And I just want to make a humble plea to our viewers out there. If you also want to support Gariba, we'll be definitely here to assist. Well, we can open the phone lines now. You can call us on 0246 807 983. That's 0246 807 983. So you can call us now as well.
Gariba, what do you think you can do apart from the soccer? What do you think you can do? Your wife is sewing. The problem is she's sewing in the house, so people cannot take their fabrics to her to sew. So she needs to, people have to know the business so that they can come, then she can get money. But you yourself, what do you think you can do?
But me, if I get, I go to do trader.
Okay.
Like sell, buy and sell.
Like you sell it. Like the trader, no.
Okay, I'm coming. We have a caller from Cape Coast. Hello, Victory.
Yeah, Emma.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Talk to us.
Oh, please. The way I'm doing, I'm even crying.
I'm so sorry to put tears in your eyes. Sorry.
Yeah. The situation of this man, not all of us will get to. It's in our leg.
Victor, I can barely hear you.
I think he's really in tears. All right, okay. Victory, just gather yourself again and you can call us back. can we put out the mobile money number in case somebody wants to assist?
Do you have a phone?
I get phone.
Registered mobile money number?
Yes.
Okay, so give me the number.
05443
443
35. David.
No, 444.
4444.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then
35 409.
05.
Okay, so 05444 35409.
Yeah.
What name
What
will
name?
come top?
Ahmed. My name
Ahmed.
no. Ahmed Garba.
Well, Ahmed, I'll put the number out, and if you want to contribute or you want to support Ahmed in any way, this morning on the show, there's a mobile money number that we're going to put out that should come directly to him, so you can assist, you can support as well, MFA.
Okay, so we have Kamal on the phone. Hello, Kamal.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. Please talk to us.
Good morning.
Right.
Your program is very touching, but this is very emotional.
Yeah. I don't know whether to say thank you or...
I remember there was last week you had a stay-in program.
Yes.
And I think you were twins also.
It was a brother, two brothers, yeah.
Yeah. And this really tells me the Ghanaians that nobody has an excuse in this life.
Yeah.
So as far as you have the strength to work, I think everybody should try as much as possible to do something in this life. And I'm pleading all Ghanaians who are watching this program to assist them and also come to their aid so that they can also survive. And looking at what he said, he's trying his best. I mean, he and his family, they are trying their best to do something. Not like other people who are not thinking of tomorrow, like trying to put out their effort to work for their family. But looking at his problems, he just wants to do something in life.
Yeah.
So please, I'm urging all Ghanaians that we should help him.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kamal. So, Ishra started already. Ishra is sending 100 Ghana cedis to the number. Thank you so much, Ishra. He's been giving you the business tips on Prime Morning. Thank you so much, Ishra. So the number is 05444 35409. 05444 35409. So the 4 is 3.
Please make sure you see the name Ahmed before you make any transfer. If you're going to, it's very, very important.
Yeah.
If I want to take the number again.
Okay, 05444 35409.
Okay.
05444. Jay, take the number.
So it's 05444 35409. That's 05444 35409. I repeat again, 05444 35409. And make sure you see the name Ahmed on there before you make any transfer. I want to say thank you to Inshiradu for your contribution to this, to Ahmed as well. I think I also pledge 100 CDs.
Absolutely.
I also pledge 100 CDs. I'll do that transfer immediately the show is over.
Ahmed, so you are mentioning that you want to do business. We'll talk about the business, but you have a caller from Kumasi. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Talk to us, please.
Yeah, good morning, Ada. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Nice. Keep on from Masupia. I really feel that it's so emotional. I wish I can do my possible best here.
Okay, so this is what you want to. We want to hear you very well. So please do not listen to yourself through the TV set. Listen to us via your phone, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Thank you. All right, now we can hear you. Oh, wait, I lost that caller.
So, every day, what's the chop? The money no plenty. So
yes.
What's the chop?
But I tell you, say, my wife, she love me like my mother. The one you bring my wife, you know go fit to say, you know go figure. If you do tell her, if you get the money, you go put another. Me, I give her 15 cedi.
15.
The one I give her no, but they cook. I know say the 50 cedi, you know go fit cook. But my wife will cook.
You cook something.
Yes.
We have a caller from. Just hold on 1 second for me. We have a caller from Tamale. Danny.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Gani, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, Gani, please talk to us. We have a few minutes left.
I want to contribute 100 Ghana cedis to Ahmed.
Thank you so much.
And I'll still pray for him.
Thank you.
May God give him long life.
Thank you.
And Ahmed should take my number. The remaining half that I have for Ahmed to be between me and him.
Oh, thank you so
much. Pray for him. Thank you very much.
Please, can you just hold the line? We want to pick your number off air now, and then we'll put you in touch with Ahmed as well. We really appreciate this. Okay.
Ahmed,
yes,
if I give you money now to start business, which business will you do?
I want to start the traders.
Like to sell things.
Like this thing, like a
provision,
a professional.
Soap, water,
soap, water, drinking,
and
the thing, everything.
Okay. Okay.
But the thing I don't say she dey help me because the thing I know if you go anywhere, I go sit down only one place.
Okay.
If you say somebody want to buy, I will give them. I will collect the money.
There's a question I want to ask, and which I think we all are guilty of at a point in time.
Right.
So, Ahmed, when you go the streets to go beg,
yes,
what people they tell you?
Hey, the people sometimes she shunt me. She tells me, make you go. Go to find the one they do about this month, this they begging, you know, go help you. But the true, the begging, you know, the help is true. If you get like 100, you know, good, you know, the help. Sometimes at the verse, sometimes at the say, oh, somebody tell me true. Sometimes somebody will give the money, you know, go fish or two. But the one they go to say, make you go, they sell it, make you go, the distance is plenty. But the true, the begging, you know, go help.
Okay. Hello, Daniel from Kwabinga. Mohammed from Kwabinga. Hi. Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. Please, how are you?
Please, well, I'm not too sure how I feel, but
yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I don't often watch Joy Prime, but I don't know. I just tune into the, but I don't know. I mean, yes.
Oh.
And then what will you now? I've taken out this number. I'll send you some.
Thank you so much.
Please mention
Thank
number.
you. Yeah, so the number is 05444.
Yes,
thank you so much. Thank you, Ahmed, and thank you for watching Joy Prime today. And keep watching, actually. So those of you who didn't get the number, 05444 35409, 05444 35409. So, Ahmed, I'm also pledging $100.
Okay.
I'll give it to you after the show, right outside, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so he wants to start business.
Yeah.
This is his number as well. You can call him. You can also transfer, do anything. Maybe we'll do a follow-up story to go and see the things that the wife would also can make, whatever we can do to impact. At least he's trying his best to help himself and then his family. Jay, yeah, that's just about it for me.
Ahmed Gariba.
Yes, sir.
God bless you.
And you are a survivor.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We're back here same time tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
So pounded yam is a highly requested dish by our Nigerian men, and our women have to go through so much stress to pound, like it's literally a lot of work. So today I'm going to show you an easy way to make your pounded yam without